Dr. Now was one of the greatest bariatric surgeons in America and an icon of my 600-pound life. He's known for his no-nonsense attitude, dry humour and brutally honest one-liners that have become legendary. From calling out patients' excuses to delivering some of the most savage comebacks ever seen on TV. And in this compilation of my videos, we'll be looking at some of his greatest moments, from times he's lost his patience to savage comebacks, starting with his angriest moments ever on my 600-pound life. Starting with a patient who had more than one run-in with Dr. Now on the show, which led to her quitting quicker than any other patient. Sinead Murray Hawkins was not only one of the biggest failures on the show, but one of the most infuriating to watch. Appearing in season 6 of the show on April 14th, 2018, Sinead was just 27 years old and her weight was unknown. When she travelled from Indianapolis to Houston to join Dr. Now's program, she admitted to being nervous about how much she was going to weigh. So when she finally stepped on the scales, you'd think that it would be a wake-up call for her.
Oh my God.
665.
What are you doing, Sinead?
Mama, I don't know. I don't know what I could be doing wrong.
Sinead.
The embarrassment was just piled on when her mother exposed Sinead's awful attitude when she said when Sinead doesn't get what she wants, she gets aggressive at not only her partner, but her own mother too. Sinead's awful attitude was put on show very soon after she complained about the way that he washes her.
It's been 2 hours in the shower. Come on.
All right, let's not argue, please. I really don't feel like it's an argument.
I'm not arguing, I'm just telling you. You spent 2 hours in the shower on yourself. You very selfish.
How am I selfish if we on a time frame?
He does stuff to get under my skin, so it makes me mad.
After the initial meeting with the doctor, she had the goal of losing around 30 pounds in a month, which honestly should have been easy to do, considering it's only like 5% of her total body weight. But she can't even achieve this, and instead goes the other way. This is where we see the first hint of annoyance from Dr. Now, after Sinead gave an age-old excuse as to why she gained weight.
I have a lot of fluid in my legs.
Can you try something else? Because I heard that one 1,000 times. Fluid is not adding to your weight gain. So the reality is, to gain like you did, you still have to be eating over 10,000 calories a day. You're not realizing that?
I did not realize that.
You're still eating whatever you want, whenever you want.
Not necessarily all the time.
All right, I don't think you're grasping how dangerous your situation is, Sinead. With all the health issues you've got, you may not even make it to 30. You're not even trying.
Dr. Now held back some of his anger in this meeting, but after Sinead carried on her antics, he could not hold back any longer. Now, as time went on, Sinead's awful attitude really came out. She started skipping meetings with the doctor, obviously embarrassed because she wasn't losing any weight and wasn't able to stick to her diet when she wasn't in the hospital. And this is when things took a turn for the worse, as Sinead skipped yet another scheduled appointment with the doctor and instead checked herself into the emergency room, claiming severe stomach pain. But Dr. Now wasn't convinced.
Her timing is suspicious, and that she's not lost the weight. And is claiming all this to try to avoid any accountability today. She has completely avoided psychotherapy. And if she is not complying with that, I don't see any reason to believe that she comply with her diet or anything else as well. But at her weight, she can very easily and quickly develop a life-threatening issue.
Obviously, Dr. Now was correct in his suspicions, as after extensive checks, they found no issues with Sinead. He did reveal, though, that her weight had ballooned to 712 pounds, and his hospital staff had caught her eating burgers and pizzas that her partner had been sneaking in, which caused Dr. Now to humiliate Sinead by carrying in a pizza box she tried to hide in another patient's room.
Hey, Sinead, see what I found.
Freddie.
What about Freddie?
That belongs to Freddie.
Sinead, the lying need to stop now. Okay, Sinead? Here's the situation.
Okay.
For 4 months, I have seen you from day one. You haven't lost any weight. Plus, the hospital staff not only seen you eating pizza, but burgers, and then you smart enough not to throw it your own trash, throw it in somebody else's trash.
It was me that ate it. She didn't eat any of that.
You both need to stop lying. You came here to have weight loss surgery. You haven't lost any weight in 4 months. Why?
I'm telling you, doctor, I got water weight.
You should have lost 130 pounds by now. Are you eating this junk and
No.
you keep lying to me?
She didn't eat
I'm
it.
not eating any of that.
Then how come you're not losing weight?
I haven't ate anything.
You keep repeating the same lie.
She didn't
How
do
did
it. Telling you the truth, like I wouldn't lie about that.
It started
Like she really
pissing me off.
she really has been working for it.
We are pissing you off. We're working
Shanae,
everything.
calm
We're
down.
giving you every tool to lose weight, and you telling us all this lie.
Shanae and Freddie try to come up with every excuse, but thankfully Dr. Now does not fall for it and carries on his tirade, venting his frustrations about her lack of effort.
You know you're not doing what you need. You miss all your psychotherapy appointments. And then you come here pretending there is a serious issue to avoid facing the fact that you gain because you know you are overeating. But for some reason you think if you just hold to your lie, then maybe all these issues just magically will go away and you will lose weight. So there's nothing more we can do if you don't change your eating habit.
I have been working hard towards it.
If you work hard, it'll show on a scale. But you put on almost 50 pounds since you arrived instead of losing. And you claim that you're not eating very much? Really? If you have weight loss surgery, how are you going to lose weight?
After they continued arguing for a while, Freddie again brought up the fact that Shanae was just holding water in her legs, with Shanae insulting Dr. Now's intelligence in the process, leading to a scathing reply from the doctor.
Why the scale hasn't shown anything,
Like I said,
okay?
she builds fluid up. She can't help it. That's the one thing she's been stressing about is the fluid.
None of your tests show that you're retaining water, okay? You're not 700 pounds of water.
Despite Shanae crying, it's clear that they were just crocodile tears. It's just in the 6th month of her program, and after promising the doctor she was going to lose weight, she of course failed. And honestly had a disgusting argument with Dr. Now. After failing to show up to her therapy appointments and check-ins with Dr. Now then phones her, and watching her face as he calls in to check on her is frustrating to say the least. After she gives the doctor every excuse, thinking she knows it all yet again, Dr. Now quickly shuts her down.
And you tried to say, no, that is not fluid, but it is. I know my body. I've been in this body for 28 years.
Shanae, you've been in that body for 28 years, but I've been practicing medicine for twice that amount of time, and I know what I'm talking about. Your weight is not a result of water. It is a result of fat, okay? So how many times do we have to go over this?
They continue arguing on the phone, with Shanae getting even more delusional and erratic, telling Dr. Now that it's God's plan that she will lose weight, with Shanae eventually hanging up on the doctor. After a couple more meetups, Shanae eventually left the program and blocked the doctor's number, which I doubt he was too bothered about. Now, one person whose phone number Dr. Now did get through to was my phone number, as he left a very special message to me and my subscribers.
Hello, how y'all doing? Hi, Craig. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. I encourage everybody to subscribe to the Craig's YouTube channel and enjoy the videos. Take care of yourself, Craig, and stay safe. Best of luck with your YouTube as well.
Thank you, Dr. Now, and make sure you listen to him, and we'll get into the next star to test Dr. Now's patience, and that was Margaret. And if you thought Shanae was immature, Margaret was 10 times worse. As she got roasted so bad by Dr. Now, she actually phoned her mother crying to pick her up from the hospital.
Come get me now.
Now, from a starting weight of around 750 pounds, in just 3 months of weight loss, she was already being more mobile, and after she went to the doctor's office, the scale revealed that she weighed 630 pounds, losing over 100 pounds in a few months with the doctor. Obviously, this took great effort, and you were probably just as surprised as Dr. Now was when she actually achieved the targeted weight loss.
Great, you lost weight and you're more mobile. So you're down to 632. So you lost 120 pounds.
But despite this initial positivity, the weight loss journey pretty much ground to a halt. Most of the patients get assigned a physical and a mental therapist, which most do cooperate with, but Margaret was not one of those patients. She missed appointment after appointment, and when she met back with Dr. Now and inevitably gained weight, she made every excuse under the sun, which obviously started to annoy the doctor.
What do you mean you're disappointed?
Because I thought I would lose more than what I've lost.
Well, if you were doing your part, you would have lost 50 pounds this past month. So it looks like you backslid. and you're not fully cooperating with PT, and you refuse to do psychotherapy.
Instead of just taking accountability for eating too much food, Margaret tried and lied to the doctor's face, which he obviously wasn't going to take.
I mean, yesterday she didn't
Hold on right there, okay?
overeat.
Just hold on. And like you don't know what is going on, there's a simple math. You're eating too much, you're not gonna lose weight. Which part of this is very hard to understand, that she's eating at least 4 times of what she should be eating. So why are we overeating and playing like we don't know what's going on?
But she didn't overeat. She's still eating.
You want to
the
argue
same-
that with the scale? Don't argue with me.
But she
you argue
didn't
that with the
overeat.
scale.
She couldn't overeat. I gave her proportioned meals, and it's the same as I've always given her. The only thing that we know that's different is she quit eating the vinaigrette and ate honey mustard dressing.
She eat a gallon of honey mustard?
After they continued to complain and tell the doctor just barefaced lies, which are clearly disproven by the fact that she'd gained 5 pounds since her last visit, the doctor gave them one final wake-up call.
And if you don't go to therapy and do what you need and take this seriously, my bet is you come in next month, you probably gain some weight.
We didn't even do a
And
month
give me
before
the
we come in.
same story that you're not eating very much. So from here, it is simple. I want you to lose 35 pounds by next month and start seeing psychotherapy.
Just because we did not lose it, Margaret, does not mean we can't
I
do
want
it
to
again.
go home.
After this, she did continue with her weight loss and ended up losing enough to qualify for surgery, which was a success. And you may be thinking, Craig, this wasn't that bad, and it wasn't. But when you see how aggressive she was in her Where Are They Now episode, you'll realize why she makes it into this video. So after she has the weight loss surgery, it's obviously imperative that the patients start to get up and move around, or at least sit up to help the blood flow and circulation in their bodies. However, Margaret seemed to be totally against this idea.
Remember when I came in this morning and I told you that we need to start getting up out the bed?
Well, I'm
How do you
not
feel?
getting up out the bed today.
Why? Did the therapy come in and talk
Yes.
to you? Okay, so what did she say?
My legs are too swollen.
Your legs are swollen, but they've been pretty much the same.
I'm not arguing with y'all.
No, I
I'm
don't
not
want you.
arguing. I know my body.
I don't want to argue with you. I just want to help you. Me and Demonica need to clean you, and then that'll be a good time to sit up in your chair. Miss Johnson? Miss Johnson, so you're not going to answer?
It's frustrating to watch her throw fits and tantrums like a total baby when the nurses are trying their best to help her. She sits on the phone with her mother for hours every single day, crying that she wants to go home and how she's been through hell, yet showing no sympathy for the nurses who have had to deal with her antics every single day. Things get even worse after Doctor now tries to talk to her, and after she tried to ignore him, he calls her out for her manipulative behavior, and you can finally sense his anger coming through.
Admit it.
Oh, it's so true. Yes, it is.
Just answer the question and talk.
I have nothing to
And,
answer.
and don't lie about it.
I have nothing to answer.
Yeah, you have a lot to answer.
No, I don't.
Okay, we did the weight loss surgery on you, and you're responsible for your health.
Yep.
This is not in here to sit down and manipulate everything and get everything you want. You're abusing the system, and this is not the way that you're gonna scream and cry and get your way out of it. That is not the solution for your problem right now. So, are you gonna change, or do you wanna continue what you're doing right now? Be honest about it. Don't lie about it. If you wanna stay in bed and eat yourself to death and not walking and let everybody leave you alone and not do physical therapy, say so. And don't lie about it.
Things get even more heated after this, as Margaret finally talks to the doctor, while of course throwing another huge tantrum.
What are you crying because you want to manipulate people
Yeah,
to agree?
okay, I've been able to the system. I did it all.
You're not going to be able to manipulate your
I'm
way
going,
around me.
I'm done. I'm not dealing with this.
Margaret, you may be able to manipulate other people to get what you want, but you're not going to be able to manipulate me. We did the surgery and we told you go home and keep working with PT and psychotherapy.
Eventually, she phoned her mother, who seemed to calm her down, and Dr. Now left the hospital room after giving her a chance to do so. But he wouldn't be so lenient with the next patient, who was by far one of the most hated ever on the show. If you're a subscriber of the channel, and the chances of that are pretty slim, because 95% people watching aren't subscribed, but if you are, you will 100% know James through my videos, without going through his entire episode again, because I know some people are probably sick of the sight of James on the channel, but he's one of the most hated for very good reason. Much like Margaret, he's essentially a massive man-child, blaming his weight gain on everyone but himself. Throughout his multiple stints inside the hospital and multiple attempts to lose weight, he failed and even gained weight by the end of his main episode. He had multiple run-ins with the doctor throughout this time too, which included being caught lying straight to the face of Dr. Now.
You know that I'm just now getting the resources that I've been needing.
We're talking about your food. We're not talking anything
All
else.
of it, I've needed all of it though to start with. I haven't had home health. I've had nothing.
Are you telling me that to start? What did that have to do with your eating habit?
Well,
You should have lost right now.
I asked for a
600 pounds.
nutritionist when I first got here too. I didn't get it.
James, this is ridiculous. What nutrition you need except the instruction that I gave you
Because
that
I'm
works
having
everybody else and can follow them except you.
I had to retrain my body from eating cheeseburgers.
You gained 100 pounds and you're saying it's not your fault? You needed to retrain your body? Seriously?
However, the real tensions came in James's Where Are They Now episode, as despite not losing any weight and actually being kicked off the program, James stayed in Houston and was determined to lose weight. Surprisingly, the doctor did let him back into the program, which went just about as well as you're probably expecting. Dr. Now decides to let James back into the weight loss program after he did lose a little bit of weight on his own, but this doesn't last long, as after a checkup revealed he gained weight again, Dr. Now gave him a stark warning.
Whatever he's eating too much.
That's what I'm saying. The portion control, he's having too much portions because James is always wanting extras.
Between you two, he's killing himself, and you're helping him. Since day one I've seen him, his condition has gone down, and if it doesn't stop, we may have to intervene in a way that you won't like. You got that? So the games stop now.
Obviously, James didn't listen, went home and gained more weight. After months and months of playing with Dr. Now and honestly just wasting his time, Dr. Now finally snapped at him.
Well, we're gonna make some more changes, but can you
But
please?
Lisa, I don't believe a word
Well, I
you
know
said.
you probably
You
don't
know how
believe
many
me, Dr.
times you
Bell,
say
but
this?
can you please?
And at this point, whether it is intentional or not is irrelevant because there's no argument. You're killing him. And you both keep coming here and playing games.
Dr.
Time you
Now,
say
but
this.
can you please get
Our
him a-
plan is to put him on a certain diet and you follow the diet and give him proper amount of food so he doesn't get himself to 750 pounds. You do your part and he does his part or I'm through with you. You understand this?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so I'm sick and tired of wasting my time coming here, bringing all the people working for you and you do nothing.
We need you to help us. We don't need you to degrade us, okay?
It's not my
We need you to help
That
us.
is exactly what I'm doing. I'm offering you help, and the problem is that you abuse that help and you're lying about it. And you two keep wasting all the energy and resources given to you. And you saying you need help?
We don't have to be degraded and put down like that. We're trying.
I'm not degrading you. You're the one who is degrading everyone here. When you come in and undo all the weight loss and rehabilitation we given to James.
James refused to be separated from Lisa, who was clearly his enabler in the relationship. As if Lisa is taken away, then James won't get any more fast food. So Dr. Now took extraordinary steps to phone Adult Protective Services on Lisa to have her separated, who had a very disappointing response.
We got a situation that we need intervention. Well, he's totally bedridden and he is overfed by his girlfriend. He's not able to get up and get his food.
Okay, so how is she overfeeding him?
He's bedridden and because he got food addiction and she provided him food.
Okay, so he's not following the suggested diet.
No. And he has no control over who brings in the food and what food he get there. And people that they're interested to keep him disabled and have the benefit from this disability, they're gonna keep feeding him. I was hoping that y'all can do something to protect James.
All right, I'll go on ahead and type this up and suggest that APS investigate it.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
On the call to Adult Protective Services, Dr. Now even says Lisa is benefiting from James being disabled, probably because they get money from the government, but ultimately the protective services don't intervene. This leads to a tense standoff between Lisa and Dr. Now after James puts on even more weight, and Lisa's grin while speaking to Dr. Now is probably enough to fill you with rage, but it gets even worse when she begins to speak.
But we'll check and see your progress today. And as far as your weight is concerned, 346 kilograms, 761. That's even higher than when you arrived.
How's that?
You know what causes that, right?
Usually when he's here in the hospital on your diet plan, he loses 2 to 4 pounds a day.
Yes, he does. So why do you think he didn't this time, Lisa? I'll tell you why. You've been sneaking food in again. I purposely had the staff lit up to see if you would do this. This time, we caught you red-handed, Lisa. You stuck food in.
I know I did. I
So-
won't tell you it again. This is going to be the last time, okay?
This level of pathology and deceit is just off the chart. You're killing him, Lisa, and you'll be getting a visit from Adult Protective Services because we asked them to intervene. Because this is some of the most self-destructive and deceptive behavior I have ever witnessed. So we are taking action to stop this and try to stop this for good. I hope to see you again, James. But at this point, I'm not too sure.
In one final meeting, Dr. Now gives James an ultimatum, which was to either stay with Lisa and be kicked out for good, or spend 5 days away from her to prove that his weight gain wasn't coming from thin air.
Think that you can give me the same story again, and you think I'm gonna believe you. Your weight is controlled by the food you take.
Well, she ain't giving me no food.
I couldn't
and
tell
the only
you
thing I'm
what-
eating is what she's bringing me.
So what do you think your weight comes from? Thin air? Your weight is related to what you eat.
Well, he's not eating over 900 calories a day.
If she stays away for 5 days, we'll have you lose 20 to 30 pounds. And once and for all, you will have all the proof you need that your weight gain isn't magic or water. It's Lisa.
This ultimatum was the catalyst to one of the most frustrating scenes on the show, as Dr. Now lost his temper on James in one final scene.
I've been with her 25 years. You just want to blame it on her.
No, both of you. There's no possible way that your weight will be this weight if you're eating properly.
Well, I want to know why he didn't lose the weight the last time he was here.
Because I let it happen to see if you tell the truth. You're still not.
Quit blaming it on her. Take her out of the equation.
James, we're not here to argue.
The problem
with you.
is, here's the
James,
problem.
look.
You want to blame it all on the food because you want to be what you want to be.
No.
I'm tired of it.
Look, I'm here to help you. You want to
Well,
help
you don't
or not?
show it.
You're killing yourself and you want me to believe you. And at this point, if you refuse to go without Lisa for even 5 days, then there is nothing more we can discuss here. And you really believe that you're not eating very much. You believe that she's helping you and not bringing you any food. But that's not reality. James, there is no miracle in here. You don't gain weight from thin air. You gain weight from the food you eat.
You don't even care if they're swelling or nothing. It's only the food. You say that's it.
Look, the swelling is a result of the food that you eat.
How do you get swelling from a piece of in a salad?
Well, you did eat
Tell me.
pickles.
All right. I know she bring you food. And don't tell me that she doesn't. You don't get up, go to kitchen, get it. Who brings you food?
I know what I eat.
No, you're in denial. You don't understand what your problem is. And we're trying to help you to make your life different. And
We
you
want
wanted
his
to
life
do it-
different.
No, you're the one that you're hurting him, okay?
I'm not hurting him. I haven't gave him no food. I done told you that. I'm tired of you accusing me.
Why do you explain his weight?
I don't know, Doctor, now. But I'm telling you right
Okay,
now,
and-
I have not gave him no food.
Okay, this
How does
is
she know
all
he's 80
miracle,
pounds?
right?
No, it's not a miracle. His body doesn't burn calories.
After this argument, Dr. Now refused to see him anymore, and James ended up featuring on my video titled Every Star Who Died on My Pound Life. Enough of James though, as although he was the most frustrating, the next patient to see Dr. Now actually put hands on him to shove the doctor out the way. Lee and Renee, who featured in season 6, by their own admission, lived a miserable life. Although they're both ginormous in size, Renee needs to look after Lee as he's so big he can barely leave the confines of his bed, which has led Renee to feeling as though he is dragging her down.
If Lee wants to mess up his life and his chance, I can't let it destroy mine.
Despite their life being basically non-existent and Renee being in constant pain, her caring side really shows through when talking about Lee, and it shows just how much she wants to achieve weight loss to help them both.
It kills me worse to see Lee when he's having issues than it does myself. But that's who I've always been. Always taking care of everybody else. And I've never had time to take care of me.
Listening to the way Renee speaks about her life is genuinely heartbreaking, as she's pushing so hard for a change. However, as we'll come to see, Lee does not have this same drive. After their weigh-in, which reveals Renee is 549 pounds and Lee is 715, Dr. Now issued a stark warning to the pair.
Renee, you're diabetic and you're taking enormous amount of insulin.
Yes.
The same seems to be the case for Lee too. And I see you're on oxygen. So you're no longer able to breathe on your own because of your weight. And Lee, you have high blood pressure, you have sleep apnea.
Even at his first checkup, Lee shows how delusional he is after Dr. Now asks if he can even walk.
And Lee, you're almost completely immobile now. Are you able to stand up at all?
I'm pretty active. I can walk 20, 30 feet with these canes pretty good.
If you think that's pretty active, then you're a little delusional about that.
Now, this wake-up call clearly must have scared the pair, as in their first few months, they were losing decent amounts of weight. It wasn't as much as a £50 per month goal set by Dr. Now, but it was progress nonetheless.
I'm excited about that, but it's still 50 pounds away from Dr. Now's goal.
Eventually, they made enough progress to be approved for weight loss surgery. However, Renee contracted pneumonia, which meant her surgery was delayed, but Lee's was approved and eventually carried out.
I'm very nervous, and I know that there is a possibility that I may not wake up.
Now, weight loss surgery should make it incredibly easy to lose weight, as your stomach is considerably smaller, but this wouldn't be the case here. After Lee got the surgery, he continued overeating, and his attitude towards not only his weight loss, but towards Renee too, started to change for the worse, and he began to get aggressive.
This has been a really hard month because things have been harder between me and Lee, and it's starting to feel like all we do is fight. He's still been overeating and doing things he shouldn't. And he's even starting to tell me that I shouldn't get surgery, and I don't know why. We missed our last appointment with Dr. Now because Lee didn't want to go because he knows he's overeating. But it was completely selfish of him because it's my turn to get weight loss surgery.
I'm not sure why Lee would tell Renee not to get the surgery, and the only reason I can think of was because he was so embarrassed about not losing weight that he didn't want to see Dr. Now, even if it was at the cost of Renee not changing her life. Now, this attitude change might explain the following events, as when he was in for his next weigh-in, which was not nearly enough weight, Dr. Now gave him his true feelings on Lee.
How y'all doing?
Surviving.
Surviving, huh? So is that why you missed your last appointment? You just had your bypass about 2 months ago, and when you left the hospital, you were down to 546. So you lost only 9 pounds since then. But Renee has lost almost 50 pounds at the same time. And she hasn't even had her bypass yet.
I guess I'm eating the wrong things.
You think it's funny?
Although Lee is laughing now, he won't be soon, as Dr. Now hit him with the cold, hard truth. It's important to point out too that Dr. Now is completely focusing on Lee here, because Renee actually made good progress and without the surgery, so Dr. Now just isn't being harsh for the sake of it and questions Lee's poor excuses, accusing him of playing games.
So what is going on?
I guess I'm not eating the right things. I mean,
we gave you the instruction that you need to follow, and you're not following. You play your cards right until you got the surgery, and now you're playing this kind of game, and you think that's okay? How in the world somebody?
I don't see how I'm playing any game. I throw up constantly. I eat what I can keep down.
That's how it works. You throw up constantly because the surgery forces you to when you overeat now.
I think my problem is I'm holding a lot of fluid. I can't hardly pee.
Really?
Lee's excuse of holding fluid is one we've heard countless times before, but his next excuse really sent Dr. Now over the edge.
And you think that you're not eating and you're getting
I don't want to get malnourished either.
Do you look like you're malnourished? You're overeating, and whatever you're overeating, you're throwing up. It means the surgery is working to hold you back when you make bad choices. And it's the only reason that you didn't gain 100 pounds these past 2 months.
After this dressing down from the doctor, Lee decided that he'd had enough, which is when the next disgusting actions occur.
You know, that's not what I'm saying at all. You have been given a tool to help you change your life. Now that you had the surgery, the physical drive to eat is gone.
I'm done with this conversation. Go to her.
No, we're gonna finish with you.
No, we're not finishing with me. You're making me mad.
Yeah,
I'm
sit
leaving.
down right there.
You
You
just
sit down right over there.
No, I'm.
Wait, sit down.
Okay,
Let go of me, Renee.
all right, this is completely unacceptable.
You-
The way Lee shoves the doctor out the way and then says fuck you to the man literally trying to save his life is one of the most shocking and frustrating scenes I've seen on the show, and it really speaks volumes on the patience of Dr. Now to actually keep Lee on the weight loss program. Although Dr. Now was harsh on Lee, he was even harsher on Holly, who made a very strange decision on what food to eat before her final weigh-in. Holly appeared in season 7 of the show and is just as delusional as the other patients featured on this list. She moved from her hometown to Houston to be closer to Dr. Now, which gave her the perfect excuse to not lose weight. She claimed because she didn't have any pots or pans that she couldn't possibly cook any food, and as such resorted to eating takeaway Chinese food as a last resort, which she explained with a big smile on her face.
Since we just moved in, we're not really set up to cook. So we're ordering delivery from places around here a lot until we can get some pots and pans and stuff to cook with. Tonight we had Chinese for dinner. I had cashew chicken and a couple of egg rolls, which isn't the healthiest, but I hadn't eaten since breakfast and Ray hadn't eaten all day, and I tried to pick something that at least had veggies in it.
Somehow, Holly thinks that she is doing well on her diet, despite admitting to eating takeaway Chinese food consistently, which is just packed with calories from fat and oil that they use to cook it in. Now, her thought about losing weight was obviously proven wrong when she stepped onto the scales, as despite trying for months on her journey, she only lost 18 pounds, and Dr. Now was quick to wipe that smile off her face.
But now this time, you had even less progress with only an 18-pound loss in 2 months. So you want to tell me why that is?
I don't know. I thought I was doing good till I saw the scale.
Holly, stop playing games and lying to me. You know exactly what you're doing when you're making the choices you do.
After the initial dressing down, you'd think Holly would get serious with the doctor, but it seemed like the opposite happened, as Holly explains what plays in her head when she wants food.
I've had some trouble with cravings still, and it's just a repeating record in my head that plays over and over and over until I give in. Nothing is working to get past that record playing in my head.
What is record playing saying?
I want chocolate, I want chocolate, I want chocolate, I want chocolate.
So chocolate is more important to you than living, apparently.
Now, one thing I love about the doctor is that he doesn't tolerate any excuses and isn't afraid to put a patient in their place. Now, despite Dr. Now usually having the patience of a saint, there have been times patients have tested him and he has totally shut them down with some brutal comebacks. From forcing patients to look themselves in the mirror to shouting at them for wasting his time. These are the most savage Dr. Now moments ever in my 600 pound life. And we start with Joyce from season 8, who made excuse after excuse for not losing weight before Dr. Now finally had enough of her. Joyce was someone who you'd think would move mountains in order to lose weight, after she revealed she hadn't left the house in over 3 years.
When I wake up in the morning, my first thoughts are a combination of disgust at how my life is now and shock that I was even able to make it to another day.
It's pretty shocking to listen to someone be surprised they survived the night, and it's even more shocking that the first thing she wants when she wakes up is food. Because she lives in Kansas, she needs to travel through the night to get to Dr. Now's office in Houston, and her condition when she gets there is pretty concerning, but she only has one thing on her mind.
The good news is you don't sound like you're in any sort of restaurant failure right now. Any other issues bothering you?
Yeah, I'm a little hungry. I didn't eat all day.
Well, don't worry. You have eaten the food that belongs to next 3 years ahead of time, okay?
Maybe more than 3 years, Dr. Now.
All right. You know that, right?
Yes, I do.
Well, that's it. But we'll get you something, okay?
Dr. Now is straight at the point with shutting her down, and although he's laughing along with her, he is serious, and she's probably eaten 20 times more each day than she should have been. and it's no laugh no matter how close to death she is. So Dr. Now gives her the goal of not only losing weight, but also to move around. However, 2 months into the program, Joyce has made no progress, much to the concern of Dr. Now.
Good, how are you?
I'm doing okay. So you're still not doing everything you need with physical therapy. Why is that?
I really am trying, but my breathing is still a struggle. And sometimes with physical therapy, it gets a little,
Get short-winded?
Mm-hmm.
We're getting you to lose weight and address that. But you have to cooperate with us to do your exercises so we can make the same progress with your stamina that we have made with your weight.
I really am trying, Dr. Now.
Despite Joyce claiming that she really is trying, this will be disproven very quickly. As the months roll by, despite losing 200 pounds in hospital, everything changes when she gets back home, and she misses her scheduled appointment with Dr. Now because she can barely leave the house.
So what's going on for you to miss your appointment?
I've had some transportation issues, as you know. So I've been trying to figure out how to get there. I did look into an ambulance, but it was just too expensive for me to afford to go that way.
Joyce should have lost enough weight to be able to get to Dr. Now in a normal car without the need of an ambulance. Obviously, she hasn't lost weight and has a pretty sorry excuse for why she's not doing so, which Dr. Now isn't having any of.
So what's going on with your eating habit?
I am still following the calories, but I think I'm gonna have to take in a lot less calories than 1,200 to make any difference.
You're eating too much. You're eating 5 to 6 times what you should be right now, and that food is more important than saving your life.
No, it's not. It's been a struggle for me to figure out how many calories I need to get it off faster. I mean, all home cooked, low fat, low carb, high protein food.
Low fat, low carb, by now you should have lost something, but that's clearly not the case because you look like you have gained.
No, that's not true. I have lost weight because I can feel it in a lot of ways. My clothes fit better and it's easier for me to sit up than it was when I left the hospital.
Dr. Now's glare at Joyce as she tries to lie directly to his face is amazing because he knows that she is literally just blabbering on and blaming everyone but herself. And Dr. Now is about to quickly shut her down as she makes an absolutely outrageous claim.
So I know I'm making progress, but I may not have lost the amount of weight that I should be losing. But that's because I think the diet is wrong and 1,200 calories is still too much for me.
Joyce, you're delusional if you believe that. You think you're doing okay because you feel like your clothes are baggy. I can see you right now, and I can tell you have gained. The only question is how much, and that's why it's important we see you immediately.
So after calling Joyce delusional straight to her face, Dr. Now calls her in for an appointment within 48 hours. Otherwise, she's kicked off the program. And when Joyce does make it to the office, she will have probably wished she stayed at home. Joyce weighs in at 611 pounds, which is a weight gain of 58 pounds. And after giving her one more chance to lose weight, which she fails at, he kicks her off the program for good. Now, although Joyce was delusional, the next patient was downright disgusting, as Stephen Asante was firmly put in his place by Dr. Now. Dr. Now has had countless run-ins with Stephen, who is by far and away the most infamous person to ever feature in My 600 Pound Life, from telling him that people are throwing up because he smells so bad.
What is going on with your personal hygiene? You heard of something called soap and water?
Yeah,
I have a couple of people back there puking from the smell that you have.
And even calling the police on Stephen after he was acting like a massive baby in hospital.
What are they doing? They calling the ambulance?
No, the ambulance isn't authorized to take you home.
So who's gonna take me home?
I don't know.
So what do I gotta do? This is gonna be another story in the press? I am already in the press. So if I call and tell them what's going on right now, it's gonna be a whole nother story in the news that's gonna be worldwide, guaranteed. I want the news number now, because I'm not gonna be stuck here. They're gonna threaten me and tell me the ambulance is not authorized to pick me up.
Can we shut that door?
I want the number then.
See, do you want to go to jail?
No, sir. But they
I'm gonna put you in jail if you raise your voice for me and in here. If you don't behave, call the police department. Get the security down here.
I'm not entirely sure why Stephen even joined the program, to be honest. He made zero effort throughout his entire journey and was enabled throughout by his father. But one of Dr. Now's best moments came from a place of real concern, after Dr. Now forced Stephen to stop playing the clown and made him look at himself in the mirror, even comparing him to a zoo animal. Before that though, Dr. Now confronts Stephen about his drug abuse after he revealed how many prescriptions of strong painkillers he'd received.
Let me just give you something. This is a prescription monitoring program with state of Texas. You receive 39 prescriptions from 17 different doctors. And that ring a bell?
Well, obviously I can see it on the paper. It can't be a lie.
Then you go to the next page. You have received Tylenol and codeine, 259 tablets. You have received tramadol, 1,045 tablets. Hydrocodone, 970 tablets. In the state of Texas, if you have prescription from any other doctor than one doctor, we are not allowed to prescribe a pain medication. So this is the end of it. You have exhausted lifetime hospital privileges to be admitted. So your days of abusing system are over.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. I want to leave.
So after Dr. Now shone a light on Stephen's drug addiction, which led to Stephen clearly being upset and wanting to leave, he wasn't done yet and refused to let Stephen leave before forcing him to look at what he'd done to himself.
I'm gonna leave.
No.
I feel uncomfortable.
I feel uncomfortable. I want you to come with me. Let's go down the hall.
Where?
Just walk with me. I'm going to show you something.
Okay. Make me walk.
Now, stand over here and look at that mirror.
Why?
Look at yourself. Look at what you have done to your body. Tell me, what do you see?
A big failure?
You're not looking at yourself. Come on. Keep looking at yourself.
Okay.
You see yourself there?
Can I step away from the mirror?
You had enough? You look enough at yourself? You see what you really need to see?
Yeah, I don't want to look anymore.
Look at your body. Look at your stomach. When you came, it wasn't hanging that far. Now it's hanging all down. Look at your legs, swollen, red, lymphedema in both of them. Look like an elephant's leg. It doesn't look human anymore because what you have done.
Dr. Now comparing Stephen's leg to an elephant's is harsh, but it is shockingly accurate. Stephen literally looks like he's on the verge of tears as Dr. Now is tearing into him and telling him, body part by body part, how he is destroying his body. And the best part of it is that he's 100% correct too, and is just trying to wake Stephen up to the damage he's doing. And surprisingly, this sort of works, because Stephen immediately goes home and pours out all of his sugary drinks from the fridge. However, this motivation doesn't last long, as Stephen's story fails miserably, as he consistently fails to lose any weight and gets kicked off the program for good. This was similar to Angela too, who also got kicked off the program, and Dr. Now called her delusional straight to her face. Angela's story is one of the most frustrating and annoying to watch in the series, just because of how deluded she is and how deeply set in the victim mentality she is. She starts out in Ohio with her weight unknown and needing an oxygen tube 24/7 because she feels like she will suffocate without it. The first thing we hear her say in her episode is her shifting the blame of her weight onto someone else, which really sets the tone of how the rest of her episode goes.
When I first open my eyes, the very first thing I think of every single morning is, why, God? There's got to be a reason for him doing this, keeping me going, because every single day of my life is an absolute nightmare.
Thankfully, she can look after herself, and her young cousin, who Angela supposedly looks after, doesn't have to take care of her yet. Angela consistently claims that she can't do anything about her weight, and questions why God has put her in this position. Again, just showing the victim mentality that she lives in. Unfortunately, God isn't going to save her, but she will get the next best thing, as Dr. Now is going to try and save her from eating herself to death before it's too late. But Angela's attitude throughout shows that she maybe doesn't want to be saved. On the way to see Dr. Now, when she's literally 2 hours away, Angela stops through a drive-thru, which isn't exactly the best thing to do when you're about to be weighed in. Angela estimates she's around 550 pounds, but she gets a massive shock when she sees her real weight.
And I'm about to find out what I weighed. I just hope it's not a huge number.
I'm shocked. I'm very surprised. No human being should weigh 600 pounds. And I'm over it. It absolutely scares me to death.
And there's another massive shock to come, as Dr. Now reveals that Angela has already had weight loss surgery before, which she just ate straight through, and the doctor isn't happy with her excuses.
You already had weight loss surgery in 2002?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, how much you weighed?
It was up to 375 and I lost 100 pounds.
You were 375?
Yes.
Well, you obviously started to gain again. But this time, you pass 375, you don't stop there, you go all the way to over 600 pounds. So,
Unfortunately.
how did that happen? Tell me what's going on with your eating habits.
Just eating. Just I eat and basically I think feeling sorry for myself because I can't move around. I used lymphedema as an excuse on my leg. So when I started not moving around, I just eat. And I eat the wrong stuff and I eat a lot of it.
So you just like eating a lot, feel sorry for yourself, and can't move. 3 different excuses that all have nothing to do with why you're over 600 pounds. Especially since lymphedema doesn't develop until you already gain significant amount of weight. So none of that make any sense.
But obviously the doctor is willing to give her a chance to have surgery again because he took her as a patient. But Angela, once again, makes every excuse under the sun.
When I got that surgery, I had so many life changes happen. My husband leave me. I lost all that weight and all of a sudden people paying attention to me. I was running a business. In 1 year, I was bombarded. And basically, I didn't have no control.
This is just more excuses because you're saying you went back to overeating because life got hard and stressful. That's never gonna change. That's part of life. So I still have the same question. What's going to be any different this time if you have weight loss surgery?
Obviously, Dr. Now shut her down again, but the meeting at least finishes with a positive. Dr. Now tells her to lose weight to save her life, putting her on a 1200 calorie diet and telling her to exercise for 1 hour a day with the ultimate goal of losing 40 pounds in 2 months. And I can't lie, this is a really easy goal, but it seems like the doctor knows how tough it's going to be for Angela to change her attitude. She travels home to Ohio to start her diet. However, she misses her first appointment, giving the excuse that she doesn't want to travel and be away from her family. But I think we all know the real reason. She tells the cameras that she shouldn't have to move all the way to Houston to have surgery, and that Dr. Now should make special allowances for her for some reason. And Dr. Now clearly isn't happy about that.
I'm doing good. Thank you for taking my call.
Well, what's going on with you? Because it's been over 3 months since I saw you, and you haven't been by for your second appointment. So what's going on?
I'm having problems trying to find a place to live there, and a lot of hesitation in regards to moving.
Hold on, Angela. You haven't even been back to show me you hit the goal I gave you. And you're already coming up with excuses and missing your appointment without us even hearing from you. So you need to decide if doing this and saving your life is important enough for you, and whether you want to be part of the program or you don't want to be part of the program.
I do want to be part of the program.
Well, if you want to be part of the program, you need to keep your appointment and make sure that you show up. Instead of doing whatever you want, because you're not doing this on your timetable, that's not how it works. I gave you a goal of losing 40 pounds in 2 months. Yeah, it's a very easy goal, but not over 3 months. If you actually stick to your diet for that long, I would expect to see more progress to prove to me you're making any level of changes that you need. So over 3 months, your goal would be 60 pounds.
I've lost over 70 pounds.
I expect you to just take your word for that.
Yes, sir.
So do you be able to go somewhere to weigh yourself? How do you know what your weight is?
Not that I know what my weight is, but I can now fit in my van. I now don't sit in my bed. I now go walk, and I don't sit in my house. We go out and leave the house every day, and I wasn't able to do that. Now I can.
So you're guessing you lost 70 pounds. I'm not sure how you can tell that without knowing your weight, but if you're confident you make that much progress, why couldn't you come and see us?
Angela just guessed she lost 70 pounds because she felt like it. Dr. Now was annoyed with Angela, but gave her the benefit of the doubt. However, after she continues to dodge his calls and pretty much just waste his time, he has a final talk with her, which leads to one of the most savage calls on the show.
Don't look like you have lost any weight, so you keep making excuses and not coming down here because you're not serious about it.
Okay, you say I don't look like I've lost any weight, but I feel like I've lost a lot of weight.
I think this is another lie you keep telling everyone, because if you have lost the weight, you wouldn't be avoiding coming back to show me your progress. And the most common cause of people when they don't show up for an appointment is because they haven't lost weight. And you're not any different than anybody else. And every time you miss your appointment, we haven't heard from you and you haven't called, so you're avoiding us. And the reason for that is right now I think you're buying time. Because part of the delusion you have convinced yourself of is that you're going to do it eventually. but eventually it never comes. And then one day your body gives out and that'll be it for you. So the real reason is not all these other excuses you give in. It is that you're playing games and trying to manipulate me in your situation.
That's not the reason whatsoever. That's not my excuse whatsoever. I've been on your diet since I left.
And despite this massive rant at Angela, he wasn't done yet and continued to tear into her and her absolutely awful attitude.
Wait, is that you have to do something about it. You have to do it. And you need to decide if you want to do that now. Because I'm giving you 1 more week to come back down so I can see if you're making progress or not. But if you're going to keep making excuses and try to avoid me, then I don't need to waste my time. And this is not going to work for you.
You said you want me to come in a week. So when I come in a week and you see that I have lost 120 pounds, then you'll see that I am serious and I have been serious. I am not like others. I'm not coming because I'm not losing weight. So I hope that you see I'm not lying when I get there.
Now you're claiming you lost 120 pounds since I saw you. Last month it was 70 pounds. So you're saying you lost another 50 pounds since then?
Yes, sir.
Then how come you don't look like it and you're still on oxygen?
I don't know, sir, but I have been following my diet and I'm doing great.
Angela, you're more delusional than I thought if you still think you can manipulate me. When it comes to this program, you're not special. And lying to me about your weight is not going to get me to tell you what you want. You have one option. If you want to do this and save your life, come back down here and show me where your weight is at.
Dr. Now telling Angela she isn't special should be the perfect wake-up call that she needs to get in shape or get kicked off the program. But unfortunately, she didn't listen. And not long after her episode aired, Angela died due to an obesity-related illness. And although Angela didn't lose the weight in time, Aaron did. But it wasn't without a kick up the arse from Dr. Now. Aaron featured in season 7 of the show, living in Texas, and is just 30 years old at the time of his episode. And without sounding too harsh, he lives an absolutely miserable existence, with the longest walk of the day being to his bathroom.
I dread waking up in the morning because it means I have to face my life for another day. Life is pure torture because I'm in so much pain from all my weight pulling down on my body.
From his episode, he does sound like a kind-hearted man, with his determination to wash himself because he wants to keep what shred of dignity he has left. Aaron lives as a caregiver with his very elderly father, who is a Vietnam War veteran, but it seems like the roles are reversed sometimes, because Aaron can't do basic things like go to the supermarket for his dad, instead just driving his dad there to do the shopping for him.
I don't say a thing to him about it. I just keep my mouth shut because I don't want him to get mad at me. Hi, how you doing?
Unfortunately, his dad is an enabler, but he's been put into an impossible situation. His dad is clearly old and sick himself, and the last thing he wants to do is argue with his 30-year-old son about food. Thankfully, it wouldn't be his dad who Aaron argues about food with Dr. Now agreeing to help with Aaron's weight loss. Despite Aaron living in Texas, he's still an almost 3-hour drive away from the doctor, but thankfully his sister agrees to take him, but not without a quick stop along the way. When he gets to the office, his weight is revealed to be 718 pounds, which is just absolutely mind-blowing, considering how young and how mobile he is.
30 years old,
yes, sir.
And you weigh 718 pounds. That's extremely high. So what's going on with that?
Honestly, I don't have no excuse. Just
We're not asking for excuses. We're asking what's going on.
I have a lot of emotional eating issues.
Okay.
It all started when I was in school, so being picked on and bullied because of my size. And I would always just go to food for comfort, and it just progressed from there.
That doesn't make any sense. If you were picked on in school for your size, then you were already overweight. So how can you blame that for your overeating?
Well, food was what helped me with just anything emotional that would happen to me in my life. Any deaths, like my grandmother died or my mother dying, I would end up eating and causing myself to gain more weight.
So it sounds like any excuse you could find, you would use it to justify your overeating since you were a kid. When did you notice your weight was a problem?
I didn't really notice it until I was in middle school, where I couldn't fit in the regular desk chairs.
And you decided to just keep eating?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Dr. Now's already been pretty harsh with him, asking him why he'd continued to overeat if he couldn't fit into the chairs at school. But Dr. Now still takes Aaron as a patient, with the large goal of losing 120 pounds over 2 months. But as Aaron gets home, disaster happens, as his dad suffers a major heart attack. The worst part is, because Aaron is so big, He can't even go to the hospital with his dad, who might not make it. Honestly, this should be a major wake-up call to change your life around. The idea that you can't sit and be with your father who might die, all because you can't stop eating, should be the one major catalyst in changing your life. Thankfully, Aaron's dad does survive the heart attack. And understandably, this delays Aaron's follow-up with Dr. Now, and instead of being weighed at the 2-month mark, it isn't until the 3 months into the program that he gets weighed. When he finally steps onto the scales though, the amount of weight he's lost in that time is unbelievable.
The last time I was here, I was 718. That was 3 months ago because I had to take an extra month with everything that happened with my dad. So if I made it to my goal today, it'll mean I'm at least below 598. That number is extremely disappointing to see. It's a loss, but not nearly what I thought it would be.
I think disappointing is a bit of an understatement, and Dr. Now agrees, as he shuts down Aaron's poor excuses.
Last time I saw you, you were 718, and you were supposed to lose 120 pounds in 2 months.
Yes, sir.
It's been 3 months, but today you're 696. You only lost 22 pounds in 3 months.
I'm struggling a little bit with what happened to my father. It was hard for me to deal with. And once he was recovering, I've been sticking to my diet as much as possible. I mean, I still have a little bit of problems with eating certain things like peanut butter. I'm having a hard time staying with peanut butter.
What do you mean, peanut butter?
Peanut butter on bread. It's just something that I like eating.
Peanut butter on bread is not what kept you from losing weight. Your excuse is there. I'm sorry what you all went through, but that's no excuse to have not done the diet. And on top of that, it's been 3 months. You still had 2 months, even after all that, to do what you're supposed to. But you didn't. What is with that?
I don't know, sir.
What do you mean you don't know? You know exactly. You don't want to do the work. And you want to blame everything else for why you're not doing it. What's the point of that?
I don't know what to say, sir.
Aaron is clearly shell-shocked by the barrage that Dr. Now is sending his way, because he's just left speechless. And Aaron might have expected it to end there, but Dr. Now is ruthless and carries on his assault.
You want us to do something for you to lose weight, but you continue doing whatever you were doing before?
No, I don't want to do.
So how is that going to happen? How?
I'm going to change. I really am. I'm trying.
When are you going to change?
I'm in the process of changing, sir. I really am.
No, you're not. What we've given you is the first step to change. You either take it or you don't. The choice is up to you. You got it?
Yes, sir.
You know, for you to maintain weight of 696 pounds, you're still eating around 10,000 calories a day. That's not trying. That's not even close. So I'll give you 2 more months to lose 120 pounds. If you want to do this, then lose that weight. If you don't, then we don't need to waste more time playing games with you. Got it?
Yes, sir.
I love how straight the point Dr. Now is. He doesn't lose his temper, he doesn't scream, he just lays out the facts as they are with a clear message that if you don't stop eating, you're going to die. And thankfully, this worked, as Aaron ended up losing an absolutely insane amount of weight. But his story didn't end without tragedy, as unfortunately, his father did end up passing away. But on the bright side, he did see his son finally lose over 300 pounds and get his life back on track. Now, just like Aaron, Margaret also had an enabler mother too, but unlike Aaron, Margaret's mother seemed to want to keep her daughter immobile. Now, if you're a subscriber of the channel, which 85% of you aren't, by the way, so if you're in that 85%, maybe think about subscribing now. But if you are subscribed, you'll 100% know Margaret, as I crowned her as the biggest baby ever on my 600 pound life, and I think that was pretty justified. At 35 years old, 5'4" in height, and an absolutely insane 750 pounds, her episode starts a little bit differently to others, as Margaret actually starts her episode in hospital with Dr. Now, after a bad fall puts her there. Dr. Now questions how she got so fat, and Margaret gives the most childish excuse for her weight, saying that food pacifies her like a baby with a dummy.
Who takes care of you at home?
My mom.
So your mom has any weight problem?
She had the gastric bypass.
So she had gastric bypass. Why is she providing you too much food and keep you at this weight?
Because it's easier not to fight me and just pacify me.
So if she doesn't bring it to you, what happened?
I get mad at her and I tell her that she doesn't love me.
Okay, and so what do you think is going to happen to you if you continue that?
I'm going to die.
Margaret saying she throws stuff when she doesn't get fed is literally like a baby throwing toys out of the pram, and her immature attitude will be present throughout the episode. with her constantly lying and chatting back to Dr. Now, who eventually loses his temper completely with her. Margaret's weight loss was doomed from the start really, and she was only on the show out of necessity, as neither her or her mother really wanted her to lose weight, constantly cheating the diet at home and even trying to send the physios away who came to help her. Even though she did lose 120 pounds in the first weigh-in, her second weigh-in she didn't lose anything. Margaret's mother tried to play it off like it was a big mystery, but we all know the truth of how you gain weight, and so does Dr. Now.
I'm disappointed
Well, what do you mean you're disappointed?
because I thought I would lose more than what I've lost.
Well, if you were doing your part, you would have lost 50 pounds this past one. So it looks like you backslid and you're not fully cooperating with PT. You refuse to do psychotherapy. So this isn't good, but you're still 626 pounds. And my today is 107.5. You basically, both of you went back to your old habits.
What we did wrong. Still eating the same way. Yesterday she
Okay,
didn't
hold on right there, okay?
Overeating.
Just hold on. Like you don't know what is going on. There's a simple math. Eating too much, you're not gonna lose weight. It's very hard to understand that she's eating 4 times of what she should be eating. So why are we overeating and playing like we don't know what's going on?
But she didn't overeat. She's still eating.
You want to
the
argue
same.
that with the scale? Don't argue with me.
But she
You argue
didn't
that with the
overeat.
scale.
She couldn't overeat. I gave her proportioned meals, and it's the same as I've always given her. The only thing that we know that's different is she quit eating the vinaigrette and ate dressing.
She eat a gallon of honey mustard?
Now, I don't know how much she put on her salad. But I can tell you that's the only difference.
It's hilarious seeing them trying to make excuses like having the honey mustard on her salad, and Dr. Now just telling her that that's an absolutely ridiculous excuse. Eventually, by some divine miracle, Margaret does actually get approved for weight loss surgery, which is carried out successfully. However, just like earlier, she refuses to partake in any physical activity.
She wasn't cooperating with her PT first 3 weeks, but we have got her at least occasionally doing some exercises. But she mostly just throws fits and tantrum, tries to manipulate for pain medicine, sleep all day and does nothing, and wants her mom to come take care of her. Things still not looking very optimistic with her yet.
And just from this voiceover, Dr. Now sounds like he's already getting tired of Margaret, and this was going to be proven very soon, as despite numerous attempts to get her out of bed and moving, which is really important after surgery, Margaret consistently ignores the doctors, which leads to Dr. Now giving her a stern reality check.
All the things indicate that you don't want to get better, you don't want to walk, you don't want to lose any weight, and you want to get pain medicine and all kind of narcotic and stay in the bed. So why are you doing all this? What do you mean by?
I'm not arguing with you.
Okay, it's not arguing, just answer the question.
I'm done talking.
You what?
I'm done talking.
You're not gonna talk because you don't want to admit it.
Oh, it's so true. Yes, it is.
Just answer the question and talk.
I have nothing to answer.
And don't lie about it.
I have nothing to answer.
Yeah, you have a lot to answer.
No, I don't.
Okay, we did the weight loss surgery on you, and you're responsible for your health.
Yep.
This is not in here to sit down and manipulate everything and get everything you want. You're abusing the system, and this is not the way that you're gonna scream and cry and get your way out of it. That is not the solution for your problem right now. So, are you gonna change, or do you wanna continue what you're doing right now? Be honest about it. Don't lie about it. If you want to stay in bed and eat yourself to death and not walking and let everybody leave you alone and not do physical therapy, say so.
Margaret continues to ignore the doctor, who, remember, does genuinely have the best intentions at heart for Margaret, and she decides to embarrass herself further by crying and calling her mother on the phone after Dr. Now continues to tear her apart.
Just look, I'm not dealing with this.
What are you crying because you want to manipulate people
Yeah,
to agree?
okay, I'm able to the system. I did it all.
You're not going to be able to manipulate your way around me.
I'm done. I'm not dealing with this.
Margaret, you may be able to manipulate other people to get what you want, but you're not gonna be able to manipulate me. We did the surgery and we told you go home and keep working with PT and psychotherapy. And then after a month, you stopped doing everything. You didn't show up. And now you just stay in the bed and not walk, and you haven't lost any weight. Which part of that is not true?
Come get me now. Come get me now. Yes, I don't care. I'm done. You either come get me, Mama, or I'm missing and figure out what to get out of here. I'm done.
Dr. Now ripping Margaret apart to the point where she needs to cry and call her mother is probably one of the most savage moments on the show by Dr. Now, and one of the most embarrassing for a patient. And it's just made worse by how big of a baby Margaret is about it. Throughout her episode, Margaret constantly complained about being hungry, which is the same as LaTonya, who despite eating massive meals before her hospital visit, claimed she was starving, which ended in a savage putdown by Dr. Now. Before she meets Dr. Now though, LaTonya lives in Louisiana, and at 37 years old, she already weighs over 600 pounds, and when she wakes up, she can barely get out of bed because of her weight. And because of this, she has a caretaker, and the caretaker feeds her whatever she wants, no matter how big the meals are. Now, in my opinion, if someone has a caretaker, there needs to be clear limits on how much they can feed them. Because honestly, it's ridiculous that a caretaker is just expected to keep shoveling food into somebody who's already destroying themselves. This isn't really caring for them. Real care would be helping them get healthier, not just enabling them to eat more. But anyway, that's a different discussion. And someone who does want LaTonya to lose weight is Dr. Now. And when LaTonya's weight is revealed to be 632 pounds, Dr. Now reveals a shocking fact.
Yes, here in the chart that you came in 5 years ago when you were 482 pounds. And now you're 631 pounds.
So LaTonya attempted weight loss 5 years ago, but instead she just gained over 100 pounds instead of losing any in that time frame. Dr. Now questioned her about this and asked her about her eating habit, because realistically she must be eating a ridiculous amount of food to put this weight on.
Your eating habit look like? When you usually wake up and when you usually start eating?
I wake up at like 10:30. I may eat breakfast at like 12 o'clock.
What do you usually eat?
Bacon, eggs, grits.
Are you hungry in the morning?
No, sir.
But if you're not hungry, you don't have to eat.
But the doctor told me that if I don't eat, then my metabolism is high or low or something like that.
Okay, let me tell you one thing. Everybody gonna confuse you, but you should never get confused about one thing, eat less.
Yes.
Okay? There's no confusion with that, okay? Now, if you really put the math together, you have eaten the food that belonged for the next 4 years ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
So don't feel like you have to eat. Okay?
I got you.
Dr. Now telling LaTonya she's eaten enough food for 4 years is crazy, especially when you consider that 4 years worth of food at 2,000 calories a day is around 2.5 million calories. So Dr. Now gives her a weight loss program so she doesn't overeat again. But remember, she's failed this previously, so it shouldn't be a surprise that when she gets weighed at her second appointment, she weighs pretty much the exact same. Obviously, Dr. Now tries to wake her up, but LaTonya tries everything to deflect from the fact that she's going to eat herself to death.
You're worse off more than ever now because you're lying so much to yourself you believe that you lie. You keep repeating the same lie, doesn't come true. She expects to continue eating what she does, and I make her to lose weight, but that's not going to happen. So, this is a situation that it's all up to her to wanted to make the changes.
You think I want to come here, drive all that long time, come here just to get chewed out? I could have stayed at home for that.
We're not chewing it out. We're giving you the reality.
That is a reality. I mean, and you saying all that just to say, well, you know your fat ass need to lose weight. You in a wheelchair. You 37 years old. If you keep going the way you're going, you're not going to make it. That's basically all you have to say. And and I understand it. I'm not mad about what you're saying because it's right. It's true. The only thing that I need someone to understand is it's not as easy as people think it is. So it's not gonna happen overnight. I'm not a robot.
And Dr. Now just staring at her as she has a tantrum is hilarious because he knows how pathetic she's being. Just saying people don't know how hard it is when Dr. Now has seen hundreds, probably even thousands of patients her size and bigger lose weight. The truth is, she just can't be bothered to put any effort in. Dr. Now gives her another chance to lose weight. But midway through her journey, she goes to hospital complaining of unbearable pain in her legs. And during her hospital stay, she complains about the food which they are feeding her. And Dr. Now is quick to tell her to basically shut up and suck it up.
This, I didn't touch that.
Well, that's good. Good lunch.
I don't eat that. I don't eat beans at all. I don't even know what that is. And this look like dog food.
You don't like meat?
I don't eat stuff like this.
That's good nutrition, that's good protein, right?
Like I don't eat beans at all.
But how about the meat?
I don't eat that kind of meat. I haven't really ate nothing since I've been here.
You're not gonna fade away. You're gonna be fine.
I still have to eat something.
No, you're eating the food that belongs to the next 4 years ahead of time. So if you don't eat, you're gonna be all right. At your weight, body got the reserve that you don't eat anything for a week or two, you're not gonna have anything gonna happen.
But like in a hospital, when taking medication and having to take different medicine, you have to have food in your system to take the medicine, not to be nauseated. But the dog food that they give me here is not, I don't eat stuff like that.
And that's not dog food, that's very good food.
Well, I don't, let me rephrase that.
You gotta learn to eat the high protein diet. And is it tasty and is it high protein?
I've been in this very uncomfortable bed. It's been cold in this hospital. I did not come this far for...
You're not in a hotel. You're in the hospital.
I know that.
Unfortunately, LaTonya did not pay back the extra 400 pounds of food stored in her body and died in May of 2025 due to obesity-related illnesses. From claiming God will help them to lose weight to blaming the scales for being wrong, there have been some awful excuses for gaining weight in my 600-pound life. And honestly, the excuses just get worse as the video goes on. And we start with Lee from season 6, who claimed he was eating so much food to avoid being malnourished. Lee and Renee came onto the show as a couple in season 6, and while Renee wanted to change, we start to get the feeling that Lee is more interested in telling us why he can't lose weight rather than actually trying, which comes at the cost of his wife's well-being.
And I hate what I'm doing to Renee. Oh, my back. But the only times I can get up, I have to have help. Sorry. So if it wasn't for my girlfriend, I wouldn't be living right now. I know. But it is more important for me to be clean than to worry about somebody helping me.
I'm miserable every day. And some days I just want to give up.
The worst part about their situation is that Renee has also gained so much weight that she can no longer cook for the couple, with Lee's sister coming in to help cook massive meals for them both. Lee even says that his sister doesn't want to do this, but has no choice.
I wake up in the morning, can't wait for breakfast. Really, I just can't wait till the next meal because I've got to have something to eat constantly. And I know Casey doesn't want us to eat like we do, but she also knows if she doesn't make what we want, then we're really going to get upset.
I'm not sure what sort of consequences his sister would face, but it's disgusting that Lee would talk that way about the only person willing to help them. Despite their addiction, they do decide to go and meet Dr. Now, where the consequences of their massive eating addiction is shown, with Renee weighing 549 pounds and Lee sitting at a staggering 714 pounds.
Renee, you're diabetic and you're taking enormous amount of insulin.
Yes.
The same seems to be the case for Lee too. And I see you're on oxygen. So you're no longer able to breathe on your own because of your weight. And Lee, you have high blood pressure, you have sleep apnea, you have gout, you have acid reflux, high cholesterol, depression. There's no way your body is going to be able to sustain your weight for much longer at all.
Despite Dr. Now listing off these health issues and Lee literally struggling to roll out of bed in the beginning of the episode, Lee describes himself in an honestly hilarious way.
And Lee, you're almost completely immobile now. Are you able to stand up at all?
I'm pretty active. I can walk 20, 30 feet with these canes pretty good.
If you think that's pretty active, then you're a little delusional about that.
Lee and Renee do agree to stick to a 1,200 calorie diet no matter what, and they do appear to grasp the seriousness of the situation, with them both stating that they are going to fight for their lives. And, in all honesty, they seem like they were actually doing really well. They were playing active video games together and doing small exercises at the same time, and it actually looked like they were going to achieve their goals for the first couple of months. There have been a few hiccups along the way, with Lee admitting that to the cameras.
The food has been a little hard to steal, and we've caved a few times because the portion sizes on the doctor's plan are just really small. So I'm still really hungry when I finish my meal.
Despite this, they do successfully lose weight, with Lee losing 100 pounds in 3 months and Renee losing 50 pounds in the same time frame. And this trend continues throughout the months, with the couple eventually being approved for weight loss surgery. However, just as they get approved, Renee gets diagnosed with pneumonia in her lungs.
You do have a pneumonia in the right lung, so we need to send you to the hospital.
Which means that she can't get surgery, but Lee did. It seems like Lee felt the surgery meant he was just going to lose weight magically without needing to try, and started to fall back into his old habits and even started to show his nasty side.
Now that Lee's had surgery, it's like he stopped trying to stick to the diet, and that's worrying me. I can't figure out why he's doing this now, and his temper has been coming back when he's craving something.
I know Renee hasn't been too happy when I make poor food choices, but now that I had the surgery, I thought it would take away all the cravings for the food that I shouldn't eat, but it hasn't. So I need her to let up a little and to get off my back, because this isn't easy.
Really start doing the best we can and not just say that.
These poor food choices show when Lee records a weight loss of just 9 pounds despite having the weight loss surgery, and this leads to one of the most embarrassing and enraging Dr. Now meetings with any patient.
Surviving, huh? So is that why you missed your last appointment? Okay. You just had your bypass about 2 months ago, and when you left the hospital, you were down to 546. So you lost only 9 pounds instead. But Renee has lost almost 50 pounds at the same time, and she hasn't even had her bypass yet. What in the world is going on with you?
I guess I'm eating the wrong things.
You think it's funny? You have a gastric bypass.
I had a gastric bypass,
to
yes.
lose weight.
To lose weight.
And you're not losing weight.
I don't eat a third what I ate
just
before I
answer
had
the
that
question,
surgery.
okay? Then
You're
we're not
asking
talking
me
about
questions that I don't understand no more than you understand.
What are you talking about? You're choosing to eat and you think it's okay?
No, I don't think it's okay at all.
So what is going on?
I guess I'm not eating the right things. I mean,
we gave you the instruction that you need to follow, and you're not following. You play your cards right until you got the surgery, and now you're playing this kind of game, and you think that's okay? How in the world somebody?
I don't see how I'm playing any game. I throw up constantly.
Dr. Now's anger really shows through and seems to catch Lee off guard as he starts babbling excuses which we've all heard before.
My problem is I'm holding a lot of fluid. I can't hardly pee.
Really?
I mean, I don't know what, I mean, you.
And this is where we get one of the worst excuses of them all.
I don't want to get malnourished either.
Do you look like you're malnourished? You're overeating, and whatever you're overeating, you're throwing up.
Yeah, the 550-pound man just said that he was scared about being malnourished, and was quite rightly put down by Dr. Now. Lee continued to lie, complain and more, which led to him storming out the doctor's office and actually pushing the man saving his life out the way. His delusion places him firmly first on our list. And Janine Mueller from season 6 also had a similar excuse, but it was too ridiculous not to feature in the video. Janine Mueller truly lives a pretty tragic life. She is a former plus-size model who now unfortunately lives alone with her cat, using her mobility scooter to get around inside her own apartment. But it gets even worse, as Janine knows how hopeless her situation is.
And now I live alone, and I spend just about every moment of every day either eating or getting food. I don't have anyone to help me, and people don't come to see me very much, so I have to fend for myself, but I can only go the distance my scooter can take me. So I don't go far, and it's embarrassing because I know everyone's looking at me and probably making comments. I just feel like I'm a freak show, basically, I guess.
Janine usually eats fast food because it's quick and easy, like most people do, and she's suffering the negative effects because of it. This is the reason most people eat fast food, myself included. Now back to Janine, she finally realized how dire her situation was, and decided to go to Houston to meet Dr. Now, which requires a plane flight which she's incredibly nervous about, and members of the public don't make it any easier for her.
I can do this. I can handle lots of people.
Oh, you're gonna run into me?
No, I'm trying to see this man, please.
Well, if you could have held at him and you...
Move on, move on, please. How can I help you today?
Is this your boyfriend?
And this confrontation was just a start, as just before she gets on the plane, she actually has a panic attack and requires a team of 7 people just to get her on the plane. She does eventually make it through to the doctor's office and finds out she can't even weigh herself because she's so big.
I can't, Jan. Just step up.
It's too narrow.
Oh, God.
It's okay, Jane.
Now, she does eventually get onto the scales at 678 pounds, which is a monumental weight for her 5'3" frame, and Dr. Now puts her on a strict diet with the goal of getting out of her scooter and being able to walk around. Now, due to a severe infection on her leg, Janine does end up in hospital, which should make her diet easier to follow, as she's more restricted on what she can and can't eat. However, the opposite seems to happen, as Janine refuses to attempt to walk around, and as Dr. Now puts it, gives a litany of excuses as to why she can't, with the worst one being the excuse which has put her on this list.
Her health is in a better place, but she had every excuse in the book to fight us about her diet and getting up and out of her bed. And some of the things she says sound delusional. The biggest one being that she believes she is bulimic. Bulimia is a serious condition, but not one she is even close to having.
The super morbidly obese woman who has a clear addiction to food believes she actually does not want to eat.
What do you mean that is a problem? That's not a problem if you don't want to eat. If that's the case, it's an excellent problem. But that's simply not true. You would have lost a lot more weight.
So if I don't want to eat them, it's not a problem?
Janine, you're 54 years and you're 500 plus pounds.
I know.
And you think you're not want to eating is a problem? You keep saying you're bulimic, you keep saying you don't want to eat. So you need to give up that or work through these issues now. I mean, are you going to be able to start doing exercise at home?
Yes.
Despite her insistence that she is bulimic, it's great to see Dr. Now immediately shut it down, as it clearly isn't true. It is, however, one of the most delusional excuses, but there is so much worse to come. And next we look at Shauna, whose excuse will annoy you even more than Janine's. Shauna from season 8 has been called the most childish star to ever appear in My 600 Pound Life. And once you see her excuse, it's easy to see why. Shauna Collins is just 22 years old and weighs in at over 600 pounds, living in Kansas City. She complains that she can barely walk and struggles to look after herself, even comparing herself to a monster.
They don't even seem human anymore. None of me does. So I don't even want to look at myself at all anymore, because I'm embarrassed at what I've done to myself in my life.
And from the way she talked about herself, you can tell she genuinely hates being in her body, and that her food addiction has completely taken over and destroyed her self-image. She even has a carer that gets paid for by her mother to make her meals, and when she asks for meals, he doesn't push back on her portions and just immediately gets her what she wants.
Can you give me some burritos?
Okay.
And hash browns?
Okay. How many do you want?
4.
Okay.
4 burritos and
4 burritos and what?
6 hash browns.
And when her carer leaves, she is still hungry and orders a takeaway pizza.
Can I please have a large stuffed crust pepperoni pizza? The cinnamon bites thing, and that's all. Thank you.
Eventually, she does go to meet Dr. Now, which is where her immaturity and her real lack of willpower shines through, as she struggles to stick to his diet plan, and gives one of the worst excuses in the series for why she can't. After weighing in at over 650 pounds, Dr. Now questions whether or not she's tried to lose weight before and how she got to this size.
Have you been heavy all your life?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have you tried to lose weight at any point in your life?
Yeah, but I just don't stay on the diets usually, honestly.
Why?
Like, I eat too much or I eat too little.
I don't think eating too little is the problem, but...
So Dr. Now asks Shauna to lose 80 pounds over the next 2 months, but in reality she should lose 150. So he puts her on a 1,200 calorie diet, gives her a plan and sends her on her way. However, she hits a bit of a snag, as she loses the papers and diet plan that Dr. Now gave her to lose weight.
I've asked Ericus to try and get me healthier meals and help me figure out a better diet, because I lost the papers Dr. Now gave me with his diet and exercise on them. I'm not sure how, but I think they left them in a hotel on the way back home. And I've been scared to tell my mom or call Dr. Now and ask him for another one.
So instead of calling Dr. Now like any normal person would and just ask for another set, she just assumes her carer will make her healthy meals. Now, if Shauna had just signed up to the Fat Loss Kitchen, she wouldn't have been worried about losing her recipes. But she didn't, and with not having her recipes, she did attempt to eat clean, and eventually rang Dr. Now to tell him that she lost the recipes. And obviously, he wasn't too pleased about it.
So what's going on? You doing your diet and everything you need?
I'm doing my diet, I think. But, when I was coming back home, I lost the, papers you gave me.
So you lost the paper and you didn't call us to get another copy?
I was scared you would get mad at me if I called back and said I lost them.
Why should we get mad at you because you lost something?
I don't know, I just thought you'd get mad.
Well, if you didn't have the diet, then you didn't know what to do. So I'm guessing you wasted 2 months of time. You could have been making progress. Is that the case?
I don't think so, I've still been trying.
You know, you come and see us to get help. They give you the first step of that help, and you not only don't seem to care enough to keep track of it, but you don't try to get another one from us. So you don't seem very motivated to do this. So tell me, what is your plan? What is your idea?
He wasn't mad that she lost the sheets, but more mad because she didn't bother to try and get a new one. So Dr. Now gave her another booklet and expected her to lose some weight for their next meeting in a few months' time. But her efforts to lose weight clearly haven't been working, as we should have expected, as she weighs in at pretty much the exact same weight as when she started the program, and gives a pretty sorry excuse.
And you haven't lost any weight. So what's going on?
I didn't read the booklet because I lost it again.
You telling me you lost it again?
Yes, yeah.
The second time?
Yeah.
You lost the email too?
Yeah.
So why didn't you call me again and ask for it?
I was afraid you'd be mad at me.
No, I wouldn't get mad at you then, but I get mad at you now.
Shauna says she lost the booklet again, and even lost the email that Dr. Now sent with what to eat, so she couldn't read the booklet. At this point, it's enraging to see how little she cares that she's wasting everyone's time, and you'd think that after doing it a second time, she'd get her act together, but that wouldn't be the case. On a phone call with Dr. Now, after receiving her third diet booklet, she admits she still hasn't read it, because she's put it in a box with stuff to move down to Houston with, a move which hasn't materialised in over a month. But after a wake-up call by Dr. Now on her phone call, she does eventually move to Houston to be closer to the doctor, and we are now in month 10, with Shauna looking pretty much the exact same since the start of her episode. Her recent weight gain proves she hasn't really been making any changes, and at this point, I'm sure you can guess what her next excuse will be.
I found some more different ways to, I found some mixtures of food that I like from your diet, you know? Like, tuna wrapped in lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Well, I'm sure it is, but the issue is that's not the only kind of food you've been eating the past 2 months, because you gained. So do you feel psychotherapy help you at all?
Yeah, I guess.
You guess?
Yeah.
Then why do you think you did worse this time than last time?
I don't know.
Do you still have the diet, or did you lose it again?
Honestly, I lost it again.
Are you serious?
Yes, sir.
So we need to give you another copy?
Could you?
We give you another copy and read it?
Yes, sir.
At this point, I doubt that, because this will be the 4th copy we are giving you. What about your exercises? So you need another copy of those too?
Yes, sir.
Shauna lost a grand total of 4 copies, not including the emails of her diet plan. Now, I would start to question whether she was actually losing them or just choosing to lose them. But one thing's for certain, she isn't losing any weight anytime soon. Which is the exact same for Penny, whose excuse is even more ridiculous than Shauna's. Now my subscribers will all know about Penny, as I recently crowned her as the laziest star ever on my 600 pound life, after she was dragged out of her house and made zero effort on her weight loss journey, giving some of the most embarrassing excuses along the way. Penny's life consisted of lying in her own bed, pretending to be a good mother, while ordering her pushover husband to do everything for her.
This is my bed, this is my bathroom, this is my dinner table. I don't feel good. I might as well be a prisoner in jail.
This has allowed her to balloon up to over 530 pounds and be completely bedridden, and she sought the help of Dr. Now, but her attitude throughout her process didn't really tell us that she was going to take this seriously, and even the doctor noticed that.
Penny got a lot of issues. Some of them are real, some of them are imaginary. She seems like she played a role of being a victim and encouraging family to be enabler. And this dynamic is very difficult to break.
But Penny did actually qualify for weight loss surgery after successfully losing 40 pounds, which is surprising considering her attitude throughout the process. But her positive attitude doesn't really last too long.
What is it?
Bariatric soft diet, 1,200 calories.
Why am I on a soft diet?
That's the orders that he.
Well, he needs to get his poop in a group or else I'm gonna order something. This is so stupid.
Penny telling Dr. Now to essentially get his shit together is honestly disgusting. He and his team have worked hard to give Penny a second chance at life, and saying her attitude is just awful. And unfortunately, it just gets worse, as she says one of the dumbest comments I've ever heard in a weight loss show. And that might sound harsh, but it's honestly unbelievable what she says.
I gotta find out why my diet is this diet. No one told me I had to lose weight when I got here.
So she isn't really making any progress and is convincing herself that she is disabled permanently, which isn't the only delusion she shows, as she believes she knows a better diet than Dr. Now.
You really don't need someone telling you right after surgery what you can and can't do. I can pretty much look at food and calculate exactly what the calories are. I know the percentages from fat I should be having. You have to make the decisions for yourself.
Yeah, the 500-pound woman believes that she knows exactly how many calories are in something just by looking.
You know, the thing is there really wasn't a diet like given to us or to me. I'm waiting for the food.
All right.
I need to get something in me and I feel like I'm dropping all my sugar. There's really only so many.
Penny even claims she didn't get a diet plan and now claims she needs food right this second, otherwise her blood sugar will drop too low, which are both common and poor excuses. But her next one takes the cake for the second worst excuse on the show.
I cannot function without wontons. They're not the best thing for me. Dr. is out and it's gonna be like, why is she eating that? But I can eat all of this by myself. And it wouldn't be as detrimental to me as not eating.
I don't know if I'm right or wrong because I'm not a doctor.
Penny's claim that she can't function without wontons, as if it's her morning coffee or some sort of magic food, places her firmly second on our list, and is definitely one of the most delusional. However, I've saved the best till last, as Shanae's excuse is by far and away the worst, if you can even call it an excuse, as she believes her faith will save her from her monstrous weight. Shanae Murray Hawkins is not only one of the biggest failures ever on my 600-pound life, but one of the most delusional and just awful patients to see Dr. Now. Before she even met with the doctor, we get to see how she lives her everyday life. And much like most of the other stars, Shanae is barely able to do anything. She's helped by her husband, Freddie, who cleans and waits on her hand and foot, allowing Shanae to essentially rot in bed for 90% of the day. When she does go out though, it's to the grocery store, and she can barely make it out the door before needing a break from walking.
Don't drop me.
I ain't gonna drop you. You know how strong I am.
Oh, my back. Going out to get groceries is very hard. I can't drive by myself. Okay, help me. And it's very frustrating that I have to depend on someone else. Let me sit down real quick. I can't even walk 5 feet without getting short of breath.
Seeing as Shanae calls it frustrating she needs to be looked after and how she can barely fit into the car, you'd think she'd be making every effort to change her life. But when we see her shopping haul, it's easy to see her delusion coming into play and Freddie's enabler mindset.
We need some sugar. I need it. I can't eat spaghetti without sugar. I wanted some chocolate milk, but how about we just go ahead and get the strawberry?
I feel very conflicted from some of the stuff we pick out sometimes from the store. They really are the worst foods for us. Anything that she desires, she gets it. If I don't get it where she wants, she'll be pissed off and like she get really mad. So just get it for her because I'm afraid to tell her no.
And despite getting this full load of shopping, she can't even wait to get it home and start eating, choosing to go and get some jumbo shrimp on the way home. Now all of this is to show you the mentality that Shanae is in. She's so addicted to food and being treated like a baby by her husband, it's made her feel like she can't do anything for herself. And when she starts on her weight loss journey with Dr. Now, it becomes even more apparent. Shanae first weighs in at 665 pounds, and the doctor gives her strict instructions.
So I need you to start a 1,200 calorie a day diet.
Okay.
We are going to eat only 3 times a day, no snacking in between. And you're gonna have only protein, no carb, okay?
So meat and vegetables, basically.
Shanae agrees to this, but we quickly see she isn't really taking this seriously, as in the next scene, Freddie brings her a big breakfast of 3 sausage patties, scrambled egg, and I'm not actually sure what that other item is, but it looks like some sort of chicken sandwich. But despite that, it's easy to see that this meal does not fit into her 1,200 calorie diet, and we soon hear one of the first excuses she employs. As we fast forward to her second weigh-in, we see instead of losing 30 pounds like she was supposed to, she went the other way and actually gained 30 pounds, which leads to this embarrassing excuse.
You're at 693, and that is a 28-pound weight gain.
Yeah.
So you want to explain to me how this happened?
I have a lot of fluid in my legs.
Can you try something else? Because I heard that one 1,000 times. Fluid is not adding to your weight gain.
Her time on the show went pretty much the exact same way throughout, with her really not putting much effort into her weight loss journey at all, and talking about how she is trying, but we never really see that. This leads up to one of the most ridiculous excuses ever, as Shanae claims God will help her lose weight when the time is right, in a heated phone call with Dr. Now.
Oh, tired, doctor, tired. I just literally got into my apartment yesterday, so I'm not gonna be able to make it today to my doctor's appointment, but I did reschedule.
No. You were supposed to lose 30 pounds by today.
Mhm.
So I think this is just another excuse because you know you have been overeating again. And you probably haven't lost any weight.
Yeah, I probably haven't lost weight. Yes, you're right. But I just literally got into this place. I haven't had time to start eating healthy. I haven't had time to do anything.
There is no excuse for you eating as much as you do.
I don't eat that much, but I still have water gain. And you tried to say, no, that is not fluid, but it is. I know my body. I've been in this body for 28 years.
Shanae, you've been in that body for 28 years, but I've been practicing medicine for twice that amount of time, and I know what I'm talking about. Your weight is not a result of water.
After Dr. Now shut down that barrage of excuses, Shanae follows up with the sucker punch of delusion.
What does that have to do with this discussion? What I'm telling you is not a matter of faith. It's a matter of medicine and science and physiology.
And I understand that, but do you believe in God?
This is medicine.
Well, I believe in God, and I believe that God is gonna take me as far as He wants me to. He put me on this earth. If He wants me to have this surgery, He will. And if He doesn't, I won't. It's in His timing when this is gonna happen.
God isn't going to just remove the consequence of your bad behavior.
I don't have a bad behavior.
Okay.
I just asked you, do you believe in God?
Shanae, what you're saying is a bad delusional state.
Bad delusional state? Really? This is not no bad delusional state. This is not no psychologic eval, anything like that. I asked you, did you believe in God? And I don't want to have someone work on me that I cannot trust, because this is my life.
Okay, this is your life and you're not handling it very well.
Shanae's embarrassing rant pretty much draws a close to her time on the show, and honestly, I doubt Dr. Now is too upset, as she actually ended up blocking his number to stop him from contacting her. From slamming his laptop shut on Dr. Now mid-sentence to ugly crying because his wife finally left him after years of abuse, these are some of the biggest tantrums and outbursts ever to feature on My 600 Pound Life. And we start with Tara, who stormed out of Dr. Now's clinic after failing to lose weight and acted like a petulant child. Tara from season 2 of the show was actually a very kind person and had a very emotional episode, being a well-loved participant of the show, which made it even more surprising when she stopped losing weight and lost her temper. Her episode begins like most other stars though, as she explains how she feels about herself and what she does on a daily basis.
Basically, my day is in the bed, stuck. It's not easy. This is what I am ashamed of. This I can't deal with. If I could cut it off right now, I would. And wouldn't care. Just take it off. I'm disgusted by myself.
This is something that we see with the majority of the stars, but something we don't see is her willingness to help her mother around the house with chores. I know this is the bare minimum, but it's genuinely pretty rare to see 600 pound plus people helping around the house. Tara's backstory though is unfortunately similar to other 600 pound life stars, as she's been overweight throughout her life, being 352 pounds when she graduated high school. She's also suffered a lot of trauma throughout her life too, being assaulted at 26 and proceeding to have a miscarriage from that. And although Tara was already morbidly obese, this fueled her eating addiction even more.
I felt that if I would become more unattractive, no man would want to touch me. So if no man want to touch me, then I'm safe.
This aim to get as big as possible has led her to where she is now, with 2 children, living with her mother, and weighing in at 606 pounds, which was revealed during her first appointment with Dr. Now, who stressed how important it was for her to lose weight.
Tara's condition is critical, and she needed drastic change now. I think, she's at the point, I don't know if she's gonna live another 5 years. It is very important for you to try to lose weight now. We get the ball rolling then.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
You okay? That was like reality just slapped me dead in the face.
Come on now. You didn't want to know how much you weighed. You knew
No, I
you were-
didn't want to know. I never want to know.
Look at me. You can do something about it. Lose the weight so that you can have that surgery.
Tara's mother was right, and many in the comments of her episode loved how supportive she was, saying, "Oh my gosh, her mother is so heartwarming." And thankfully, Tara didn't let her mother down, losing enough weight to have the weight loss surgery, which was carried out successfully. This means that Tara's stomach physically won't be able to hold as much food as she was previously eating, which doctors now estimate to be at least 6,000 calories. But somehow, Tara wouldn't be too successful in losing weight after this. When she weighs in at her next appointment after surgery, she finds out she's lost just 2 pounds.
You haven't lost any weight.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm doing things I'm supposed to. I even walked a whole department store.
You're still eating too many calories for your metabolism. That's why you're not losing weight.
You can preach and preach and preach. I don't eat nothing I'm not supposed to.
Well,
Things I used to eat, I don't eat anymore.
most of these patients are pathological eaters, and they lie to you. But the reality is, to maintain such a high weight, they have to eat a lot.
We were looking forward to having her stomach removed.
We can't remove the skin if she doesn't lose the weight first.
Obviously, Tara is just flat out lying and is clearly in denial. Dr. Now is far too experienced to let her get away with this though, and presses the issue, telling her in no uncertain terms that if she doesn't lose more weight, she'll be kicked off the program, which leads to Tara completely exploding.
Eric, we need to get you back on track now. If you can, there's nothing more I can do for you.
Do you understand what he told you?
Yes, I understand. I'm gonna starve myself for 2 weeks to make everybody fucking happy. I'm done with this. I quit. I'm done. I'm done. Go to my house.
No. I'm ready to go home now.
And if you thought Tara's reaction was childish, it only gets worse from here, as Chuck from season 2 cried like a baby when his wife finally divorced him after years of being treated like a slave. Chuck is 47 years old and is pushing 700 pounds at the start of this episode, claiming to be in constant pain with a huge lymphedema mass on his leg, which he says has handicapped him. Thankfully, he's still able to wash himself, but that's about where his independence ends, as he's waited on hand and foot by his wife, Nissa.
When I met Chuck, he was around 600 pounds. He was very shy and didn't want to get out of the truck and introduce himself properly because of his size. I felt that I should give him a chance because I felt that all my relationships I felt had failed because of my weight, and I didn't want to judge him for his weight.
And presumably Nissa knew what she was getting into by marrying Chuck, who was already 600 pounds by the time they met. But maybe she didn't know the extent of how bad it would be, or how awful Chuck would end up being towards her. The first time we see how lazy Chuck is when the phone rings mere inches from his feet, and he can't reach it. So he calls his wife away from doing the dishes to get it for him.
Main thing that really upsets me is putting a lot of strain on my wife.
Hey, baby, will you come get the phone for me?
Thank you, baby.
The worst part is he seems like he missed the call too and didn't even bother trying to ring back, so it couldn't have been that important. And you can just imagine how often this happens during the day, because Nissa talks about how hard the marriage actually is.
We don't have an intimate relationship. Our marriage is much more caregiver, patient.
Are they done?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get britches on. Oh, honey.
I just feel like a servant.
As Nissa is forced to eat her dinner alone every night and cries over their crumbling marriage, Chuck finally decides to see Dr. Now and steps on the scales at £693. And unsurprisingly, Chuck doesn't take the situation too seriously when they talk to Dr. Now, who confronts them about their overeating.
Surgery only does one thing: keep him from eating a lot at one time. You still can eat all day and he can gain 10 pounds. You do the same thing?
Everything's fast food. He'll bring me the breakfast sandwich, some donuts, some apple fritters.
The fast food thing and not having time, all kind of excuses. You're gonna have to stop all that.
And his lax attitude comes out yet again, because even after this dressing down from Dr. Now, who has told Chuck to lose weight to be approved for surgery, he gives an honestly ridiculous suggestion to Nissa.
You know we're going to eat, huh? Probably the last time to be able to do that.
No, the answer is no.
We're going.
Despite Nissa pleading with Chuck not to go, he flat out just does not listen and tells her that we are going, and that's that. And you can see from his attitude during this one doctor's visit why their marriage is failing, but it only gets worse from here.
So how do you think Dr. Now's would feel about you going to go eat?
Dr. Now don't need to know.
Fast forward into month 2, he's actually lost 30 pounds, which is pretty surprising, and he gets approved for weight loss surgery. And being the loving wife that she is, she waits for him in the hospital with their adopted son for hours, but that doesn't seem to be enough for Chuck.
Sore. Hi, son.
Hi, Daddy.
I love you, boy.
We're gonna go take him home, okay?
Huh?
We're gonna take him home, okay?
Take him home.
Yeah.
You leaving me?
You're gonna be fine.
Some wife you are.
Marvin, Charles.
Go ahead and go.
Marvin.
Yeah. Go. Let's get out of here. You leave my wallet, so I can catch a cab to Beaumont.
Marvin, Charles, I'm picking you up. Don't be over. Okay, dear. I'll call you tomorrow.
Don't even call me.
I know he's probably under the influence of an anesthetic, but still, to speak to your wife that way, someone who does literally everything for you, looks after your child and waits for hours in the hospital for you to wake up, is completely disgusting no matter how you look at it. Just because she wants to get home and probably feed their child, he throws a tantrum. Chuck does later apologize for this, but he doesn't really seem to mean it, as his awful attitude shows once again in the ride home from the hospital, and it is Nissa once again at the receiving end.
Get in a plane.
Cuss at me.
Be quiet. Sit there and be quiet. Don't say nothing. Damn.
What?
I'm hurting. You're hitting bumps. I'm hurting.
Not only is his relationship failing, but his diet too, as Chuck routinely overeats to the point of throwing up. Chuck is clearly still eating massive takeaway meals, devouring thousands of calories in one sitting, and he probably doesn't even know how many he's eaten. Now back to Chuck. As he's eating himself to death, Nissa needs to balance chores, a full-time job to support the family, and she's in nursing school. And on top of that, she needs to take care of her man-child husband. Things seem to be getting a little bit too much for Nissa, and Chuck's attitude towards her was just getting worse and worse, and Nissa reached breaking point.
Yeah, we had an argument this morning. Just went bad from there. I don't even really want to talk about it. How you doing, baby? Look, I want you to listen to me. I love you very much with all my heart. Just give me a chance. Let's work this out. Look at me, please. Is this just all about money?
I'm miserable.
Okay. It's all about money. I will take the car tomorrow. I will come pick it up at your work and put tires and have it cleaned up and oil changed.
Great, I'm selling my life out for an oil change, tires. Are you kidding me?
I will make you very happy, I promise you. I've lost weight and I'm doing good.
Nothing's changed.
Because my weight. My damn leg. I couldn't get surgery. And I've been handicapped. And you want to hold that against me?
You're 43 years old. You're old enough to take care of yourself.
I'm sorry. I wish I would have never made you mad this morning. I will make this work, I promise. I will do right. I don't need to lose my family because I'm going to go down.
Charles, that is your problem. I cannot be the reason you live. I can't be the reason you die. I can't be the reason you lose weight or the reason you gain weight. I can't be the reason, okay? I can't. Period.
Please don't do me this way. Please. If we get this divorce, I can't go on because I don't have insurance. I won't be able to go to the doctor like I need to. I'm not going to be able to get my lymphedema fixed.
Am I going to get my skin removed? I don't have nobody to take care of me. She don't care. She does not care.
At the end of this segment, Chuck tells the camera everything that he won't be able to do, not even thinking about what Nyssa hasn't been able to do since being with Chuck, and it just shows the selfishness of Chuck. And in one final outburst, he tries to win her back with a fairly pathetic phone call.
I won't never do this again as long as I live, and I promise you I won't fail. I'm able to get a job. I will go in the morning and go to work for somebody to make damn sure I pay my damn bills.
I really don't see that happening.
I won't never do this again as long as I live. I know I have. I know I have, and I know I told you my word's no good to you, and I will make it right. I promise.
I'm not coming home until you're gone. I would like you to sign the paperwork. Period.
And although Chuck's outburst was one of sadness, Charles's outburst was one of anger as he slams a laptop shut on Dr. Now after he failed in his weight loss journey. Charles from season 12 is a 29-year-old former drug addict whose current weight is unknown and his height is just 5 foot. He lives in Washington State, which is way too far to drive, and Charles is in no state to get on an airplane because he's so fat. And because he's so large, he needs a personal care assistant named Yelena to look after him, and she does everything for him, including washing him. But thankfully, Charles can use the toilet by himself, and Yelena needs to make him whatever he wants, whenever he wants, no matter how large the meals are.
What are we gonna have for breakfast?
5 eggs, scrambled with cheese, biscuits.
Okay. How many sausages?
7.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I always think these carers should say no to the patient at least once in their life, because surely they're funded by some sort of hospital, and that hospital would want them to get better, so it doesn't make sense for them to keep overeating the way they are while also getting care paid for. Charles states that he used to be addicted to drugs, which he later reveals to be a meth addiction, and as a result of his addiction, he was left homeless. And despite him kicking the addiction to drugs, he replaced it with food, which has led him to spiral to what probably seems to be around 600 pounds, if not heavier. His massive weight and the fact he lives so far away means he can only video call Dr. Now, and the first call seems to go pretty well.
Hey, Charles.
Hi, doctor.
How are you today?
I'm doing okay. I'm talking to you.
All right, Charles, I understand you're in Washington, huh?
Yes.
Okay, I have your chart here, and it says you're 31.
Yes, sir.
And you're only 5 feet tall, huh?
Yes.
And that's very dangerous. So the big question is, how you got to this point?
I moved to Washington to get off of drugs, and when I had quit drugs and went to rehab, a lot of weight came back to me, and it just kept getting worse. And my mom's recently passed away, so.
I'm sorry to hear that about your mom. You were addicted to what?
Meth.
How long were you doing meth?
I think a little over 10 years.
How long you been off of that?
About 4.
So you put your body through a lot over the years.
Charles has certainly put his body through a lot, but now is the time to change. And if he wants to join Dr. Now's program, he will need to lose weight and prove to the doctor he is more mobile, at which point he can move to Houston. And to remind Charles why it's so important, Dr. Now asks him what his life goals are, which Charles has plenty of.
So, you have a goal in your life?
Yes, I do. I would like to get back to fit behind the steering wheel again. I would really like to start going camping again, and I want to get a job. You know, I used to want to be a probation officer for the youth. So, you know, I wouldn't mind going back to school and possibly start a family of my own someday.
Okay.
Now you'd think a man with this much aspiration in life would fight tooth and nail to make a change, but this isn't what would happen, as Charles fell extremely short of his goal and then missed his appointment with a local clinic to get weighed, obviously because he knew he wasn't sticking to the program.
So what's going on with you, Charles? You were supposed to go to a nearby clinic we set up for you 3 months ago. But you didn't, and then I couldn't get hold of you and haven't heard from you since then. So what happened with that?
My van broke down, and I ended up having to get rid of it.
So you didn't go. And you didn't bother to even call?
I guess.
What are you going to accomplish by that?
Honestly, I was hoping to make a lot of progress. and then call you because I didn't want you to think I was making excuses.
What changes you have made with your eating habits?
I've substituted breakfast and lunches with my protein shakes. I'm eating smaller dinners, and I'm drinking mostly water.
Okay, who gives you that idea that protein shake was a good idea?
For one, Charles clearly hasn't made any changes to his diet because he's still pretty much completely immobile. And two, swapping your breakfast and lunches for a protein shake is not a good idea. If you've ever heard this advice, please just don't listen to it. And Dr. Now wasn't happy with Charles's excuses either and pressed the issue even further.
And we give you some instruction and change your eating habit. You obviously, either you didn't understand it or you didn't read it. And I don't see any goal in your life. What happened when you lose weight?
I'll have a better life.
Better life. You get a caregiver and you get a social security, you eat the food, you have no job, no responsibility. What better life are you talking about? Charles, you expect me to believe you're going to change all that? I don't see that happening. And you were supposed to come and see us, so none of that happened. So you're not gonna do anything else.
And being faced with the truth that Charles truly has everything given to him on a plate, he can't listen to the doctor anymore.
I think this interview's over. I'm about to blow up.
And we give you 3 months to change your eating habit and have productive weight loss. You didn't do that, you didn't do a diet, you didn't come and sit. So what is the purpose of that? Charles, and answer the question.
I don't need that. Yes, I do want to get better, but just because I'm fat don't mean I'm gonna sit there and be put down. The interview's over, I'm done. Just turn the cameras off, please. I don't need this, I'm done.
Charles's outburst is just completely disgusting, literally slamming the camera down in Dr. Now's face, who constantly puts in so much effort to help his patients. And you can guarantee if Charles was face to face with Dr. Now, he wouldn't do that. But luckily for him, he was on the other side of the country, which is the opposite to Angie J from season 7, who would actually have her pathetic tantrums in the face of the doctor. Angie J ranks high as one of the worst patients ever to see Dr. Now. She was disrespectful, lazy, a liar, and just so much worse. And I'm actually working on her video at the minute, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. Angie is 39 years old and lives in Ohio, with her current weight unknown, but presumed to be in the high 600 pounds, due to the fact she can barely move because of her weight.
I used to leave the house maybe once a week, but now I'm mostly housebound because it's becoming harder to walk. My legs constantly hurt.
She's pretty much bound to her dingy apartment, having her daughter look after her every single day. Despite everyone doing literally everything for her, Angie has an absolutely disgusting attitude towards her family, which borders on abuse towards her daughter. After Angie joins the program, she needs to move to Houston because Ohio is just too far away to go every day. Despite Angie having a husband who can look after her, she insists he doesn't, as she doesn't want him to become a caretaker. So she wants her daughter Desiree to come to Houston, but Desiree's boyfriend isn't keen on the idea, which leads to the first tantrum from Angie.
So I need to know if you're on board with going to Houston, because your boyfriend is giving me about it.
What do you do?
So I think that he's mad from the other day when there was a conversation that if I was to look for a doctor in another area, he insinuated he didn't even want to come to Houston so I can get the help I need. So all I said was, how about get a life? And he jumps up, runs his mouth, comes out, says, you think that's normal? And I said, why don't you get a life?
He said, we're all doing
and
this
we're all
for
doing
you.
this for you, Angela. So he's not gonna be living here.
So you want me to leave my boyfriend, move to Texas, and be okay with that?
Oh, here we go. Dramas.
Right. I mean, how am I being
Your
dramatic?
boyfriend's not gonna be dramatic and call me a
That night, I haven't even got time to address anything. I've been...
Yeah, this is what I knew was gonna happen.
I'm not time to
I am
address
tired of
anything.
every single time a little thing is said around here, your dramatic boyfriend gets escalated to up here.
So then
This
I'm
little
I'm
words.
in the position to pick between
That
my
shouldn't be
mother or my boyfriend and my child.
No, your child would still be here without your boyfriend, just
it's
like the
not
other
even-
one
that's-
was.
That's not right.
Angie's attitude here is absolutely awful. She says as soon as one little thing gets mentioned with Desiree, she starts a drama, but it's not one little thing. It's uprooting their entire family to move to Houston so their ungrateful mother can try and lose weight. And you can just tell from her attitude that she wouldn't be successful to begin with. This is like 10 minutes into her episode 2, and it just cements the fact she's a total narcissist.
It's never about me. It's never been about me. Ever. You guys have lived with me forever. I take care of you. I ask for one thing.
It's hilarious that Angie says she takes care of the family when she probably wouldn't even be alive without Desiree's help, so I have no idea how she can say that with a straight face. Anyway, this isn't the main flare-up, as the next victim of Angie's attitude would be Dr. Now. Before they meet, Angie gets weighed at 643 pounds, and then swiftly complains that her husband can't hold her up.
Quit being spaghetti arms when I need you, dude.
I'm not.
I shouldn't laugh, but how can you say yourself weigh 643 pounds and then complain someone can't carry you? Anyway, when Angie sees Dr. Now, she can't use her normal manipulative tactics and lies, as Dr. Now just sees straight through them.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm an emotional eater, because I don't think that I am. I eat at bad times. I don't eat during the morning and afternoon because I drink coffee, which suppresses my appetite. I eat at night. And then I go to bed. I eat a lot at night because I'm hungry from not eating all day, and then I overeat.
The only accurate thing you said was that you eat a lot.
Angie has met her match, as clearly she is used to people just crumbling to her and just giving in, and things just get worse for her, as her weight loss journey goes about as well as you'd expect. After losing just 45 pounds in 6 months of being on the program, she needs to confront Dr. Now over the phone, and Dr. Now quickly identifies that Angie is clearly under the influence of some sort of narcotic.
Alright, Angie, look like you're a little bit under the influence of a drug. Are you taking the medicine? Because you don't sound very normal.
I don't sound what?
You don't sound normal. Are you taking any new medication or anything else I should know about?
Am I taking medicine?
Yeah, are you taking any drugs or anything?
No.
Okay.
Not a very convincing no there from Angie, and it's because she clearly is under the influence, which would be proven the next time she sees Dr. Now, but not before she loses her temper at the phone trying to end the call, and then loses her temper even more in the voiceover.
This is total bull. Dr. Now crossed the line, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. He can't just change things on me like that. And just add more to my goal and just say, oh, just lose more. And then to accuse me of being on something is just absolutely ridiculous.
So Angie travels down to Houston for showdown talks with Dr. Now, which don't go the way she wanted.
All right. In the past 2 months, you lost almost nothing. Just 9 pounds. So you want to explain to me why that is?
I'm going through a lot of changes right now. Bear with that.
Okay. You done with your liver tantrum and finished talking?
Sure.
All right. At your current rate, you're going to be dead in a year or less. Unless you make the changes you need. So you can give me every excuse and justification you want. It's not going to change that. But maybe you think you can argue your way out of debt. Because you seem to think that's a solution to everything.
I'm not arguing. I'm just frustrated and I'm angry, as you can see.
You can tell yourself that. But this is behavior problem.
Yeah.
It's not anger.
Yeah, I have a behavior problem.
Try to convince yourself it is an emotional issue that is justified. You like to act like the whole world is unfair and you don't deserve your situation.
I love the way Dr. Now finally puts this disgusting human being down, and she totally deserves this dressing down, but Angie doesn't say it this way, and again explodes in her voiceover segment.
I think this is ridiculous and all of this is completely unfair. I've been disrespected I don't know how many times at this point. I've been told I'm making excuses when I'm not. I've been asked offensively if I'm on anything, like drugs, and it defies all logic and makes no sense whatsoever. To have to lose even more at this point. To get a surgery that I need to even lose the weight. So I'll play this little game for a little longer. But at this point, all of this has been total bull.
And if you're wondering, Dr. Now runs a test on Angie and reveals that she was in fact under the influence of multiple drugs. Unfortunately, we don't find out what specifically she was on, but it was good to see her finally shut down and be faced with the truth. And although Angie's outbursts were ones of anger, Lisa Fleming's would be a little bit different, as she screamed and cried in Dr. Now's office as he calmly looked on. Lisa Fleming is someone you all know by now as one of the worst stars to appear on My 600 Pound Life, as she was infamous for getting her daughter and grandson to look after her as she ate herself to immobility and eventually death. But in the beginning, she was on Dr. Now's weight loss plan and promised to give it her all. But her failed weight loss isn't why she's in the video, as her insane outbursts have brought her here. And we saw a glimpse of this in the beginning when paramedics were trying to get her out of bed, and she made every noise under the sun while doing so.
Ready?
No, I'm not ready, but come on. I ain't gonna never be ready.
1, 2, 3. That wasn't bad, was it?
Oh, Lord, please don't let them kill me.
Hold her hand.
Hit me, Daddy. Hit me. No!
There we go.
And I'm coming off the bed.
Okay. There you go. All right.
I told you my foolishness works sometimes.
Yeah, that's right.
And
1, 2, 3. Little bit. All right. Right there. 3.
in my rides. Boy, these people, I think driving license at TGNY.
I'm ready to get my mom out of this house into Houston.
I know Lisa might be trying to cope with the stress, but it just comes across as rude and ungrateful to the paramedics. Any small movement, she literally screams and wails. And I get that it probably does ache and hurt, but there's just no need to react the way she is. And her reactions honestly just got worse when she saw Dr. Now. After failing in her weight loss journey countless times and wasting everyone's time, money, and resources, Lisa calls the hospital and claims to have been experiencing major pains in her leg.
My leg hurts so bad. I can't take too much more pain.
What are you doing, Doc?
Hi. What's going on with this?
My leg hurts so bad.
Which one? Right leg?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to get you situated real quick, okay?
It's not hurt. It's killing me.
So we'll put her in bariatric bed.
Bariatric bed?
Yeah. All right, Lisa, we're getting you taken care of. So tell me how you've been getting along at home.
Dr. Now is clearly less than convinced, and instead of really taking her leg pain seriously, he asks about her eating habits. Lisa should have been losing weight at home, and obviously she hasn't.
And that I really need.
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with your eating habit?
Because it's either buy that or buy groceries. I can only buy limited stuff on groceries. I need those other things.
Wait a minute. You can buy limited stuff on groceries, you'll be able to lose more weight. You should have been able to lose 100 pounds. But you look like you haven't lost any weight. In fact, you look like you're back to over 700 pounds again. And your body is likely worse than ever.
I need help. I've been trying to say that for the longest. I need help. I get nothing. I get no help.
What do you mean no help? We have given you everything, Lisa. You're down here, we gave you all the help and the tool you need to lose weight. And you wasted half a year. This is unacceptable. You're not able to get up, you're not walking, and you're eating the same thing. You're not losing any weight. We give you time to change your eating habit, and what miracle are you expecting to happen? You keep doing the same thing and telling me the same thing.
Once I'm stressed, I will eat. I'm so stressed out.
And when Dr. Now sees her, he grills her as to why she hasn't been losing weight. As Dr. Now has given Lisa a dressing down, it's important to note her fake tears and cries of pain have completely stopped, probably because they weren't real in the first place. And Dr. Now knows this is just a tactic to claim she needs more help. When Dr. Now calls her out, he completely explodes.
Boy,
Okay.
it's gone.
Right.
It's gone. And if that's all this is, I'd rather you just send me back to my house and leave me alone, because this is not helping me. It's not helping me.
What kind of help you need?
I'm trying, but this is not helping me. It's not helping. I don't know what else rather you just send me back to Alabama and just leave it alone because it's not working.
You're absolutely right about that. Because the help is with you, and we give you all the tools you need to lose weight.
And it's still not helping me. I can't control myself. I don't know what to do anymore.
Stop talking like that.
And I feel like nobody else cares about me.
I love you. Now stop acting like that.
I'm tired.
You're going through.
I feel like I failed myself. I failed my kids. I don't know how to fix it no more. I don't know how to fix it.
Come on, baby.
Send me back to my apartment. I don't want, just leave me alone.
I understand. You need to go back home and eat whatever you want.
I can't help myself. I don't know what to do.
All right. Do you get up and go to the refrigerator and get the food?
No, I don't.
So how the food get to you?
Dog, when I be cooking the food, I don't never give her no fried food.
Come on. Is she killing herself with the food and you're helping to kill her? There's no way around that. I told you how to eat and what to do, and you got the instruction, she got the instruction, and coming here and yelling that she doesn't know what to do. Really? You want to believe all that? And you keep talking, I know what you're saying, okay? All right? All you need is your food.
Just send me home. I don't want to hear nothing else. Just send me home. Get me out of here. Send me home. I don't care no more.
Like that. You know we got to. You know we finna get married, okay?
I don't.
And Lisa got her wish. She went home, and then not long after episode aired, died due to obesity-related illness, which is the same ending as James King, whose attitude throughout his episode was totally abhorrent, and it led to multiple outbursts towards Dr. Now. I know I'm gonna get a ton of comments about me covering James King yet again, but in a video about the biggest outbursts, it would be absolutely criminal to leave him out, because he just has so many, and even Dr. Now has some angry moments of his own in his episode too. Now, James is a 46-year-old man-child who kept his daughter out of school to take care of him and needs his wife to do the same, as it's a two-man job to keep him clean.
Huh? Did you call me?
Yeah, I went to the bathroom. I need to be cleaned up.
Okay. All right, give me a minute. I'm gonna get Bailey to help me, okay?
I just can't do anything for myself anymore. So I got to depend completely on my girlfriend Lisa or my daughter Bailey to help me out.
You got gloves, Bailey? Mm-hmm. All right, lift with your legs, honey.
Okay.
Go slow, Mom. All right. James cannot take care of himself at all. He cannot bathe himself. He cannot use the restroom. He has to wear a catheter. And it breaks my heart to see that James is trapped in a bed and can't do the things that he loves to do.
Although they say they want James to get out of bed, their actions prove pretty much the opposite, as when he was enrolled into Dr. Now's program, he and Lisa lied to the doctor's face at pretty much every opportunity. And when he first meets Dr. Now, after he was supposed to have lost weight, Dr. Now explodes at Lisa for overfeeding him.
James is not going to survive much longer. And since I've been working with you two, he's not lost any weight and he's worse off now.
We're gonna just have to stick to the plan of making the change of going to the
There is no we, it's you.
Well,
There's no we, it's you.
Right.
You are bringing the food, you're helping him to kill him. So why are you doing that?
Because if I don't bring it to him, I will pay hell the rest of the day.
How the hell is he going to raise the hell in the bed?
If we don't give him what he
He
wants.
can scream all he wants to. Don't tell me that. You are the one that you got him in this bed, and you're the one making his life miserable right now.
I've been trying to get him out of that bed.
No, you're not.
But
If you did, last time I talked to you, you changed his diet. It doesn't look like he lost any weight. Is this a lifestyle of a human being? This is a miserable lifestyle. And you got him into this shape, and you blaming everybody and him.
I'm not blaming everybody. I'm not blaming him.
Look,
and
if you all don't change the diet right now, he's going to go back to Kentucky. I'm not going to take care of him.
I have brought him the food, but I didn't get him in that shape.
You got him in this
He broke his
shape.
ankle and got in the bed, and the bed broke, and so the fluid started retaining in his
Look,
leg.
you feeding him got him to this point.
Despite Dr. Now giving Lisa a stern warning not to overfeed James, she would just not listen to him. And people online actually think she was keeping him fat so she could get paid as a carer. And if that's true, then it really worked, because months rolled by without James losing any weight, due to Lisa successfully sneaking in mountains of food to feed James. This led to James having a weight gain of around 150 pounds at one point, bringing him to 843 pounds. Obviously, James was completely failing his weight loss journey, and Dr. Now had already gave him a ton of time, energy, and resources, and was reaching the end of his tether.
Doing okay.
All right, James, you're 844 pounds. So we're both finally in the same page that you're not sticking to the diet.
We have slipped a few times. I had car trouble. We didn't have a way to get food, so we had to order food in.
Doesn't matter what you say, okay? The scale is going to tell me what I need to know.
Right.
And what you tell me is not the reality about his eating habit, because that doesn't make any sense. Things are so bad. They're really, if you continue like that, I don't think you're going to live to the end of year.
Dr. Now tells James the reality of his situation, that he's literally eating himself to death, but still James makes excuses and deflects from the fact that he's being fed copious amounts of food every single day.
Talking anything
All
else.
of it, I've needed all of it, though, to start with. I haven't had home health. I've had nothing.
Are you telling me that to start? What did that have to do with your eating habit?
Well,
You should have lost right now.
I asked for a
600 pounds.
nutritionist when I first got here, too. I didn't get it.
James, this is ridiculous. What nutrition you need except the instruction that I gave you
Because
that
I'm
works
having-
everybody else can follow them except you.
I had to retrain my body from eating cheeseburgers.
You gained 100 pounds and you're saying it's not your fault? That you needed to retrain your body? Seriously? You're eating yourself to death and you don't want to quit that. And that's your responsibility. Nobody else is in here. You got yourself in this bed. And you're overeating and she's bringing it to you and then you come here, oh, we have been following, maybe you slip a couple times. Yeah. You really think you can lie your way out of this? You can't gain over 100 pounds by cheating just a little. You've been eating almost 10,000 calories a day. That's almost 13 times of what you should be eating in a day. I mean, this is just mind-boggling. Why won't you stop overfeeding him?
I don't know what the issue is. I know, like I said, that he has cheated some, but I will not bring him nothing else.
Is not some. Is every day and every hour and every meal. Is not some. What do you expect us to do for you? Tell me.
I don't know.
What are you going to do with your life? You want to stay in the bed till you die?
No, I want to get out of it.
How?
Lose weight.
How?
Eat right.
So why haven't done it up to this point?
I don't know.
Please don't give up on us, okay?
Well,
I won't bring him another thing. I promise you that, if you just won't give up on James. You're one of the best doctors in this world. We cannot lose you.
Okay, while you're here, we're going to keep you on 800 calorie a day controlled diet.
And for some reason, Dr. Now gives James yet another chance. And as we see in James's Where Are They Now episode, it ends about as well as you'd expect, with one of the craziest rants on the show, which ends with Lisa claiming James's body doesn't burn calories.
It's hurting, so what's going on?
I've been having a lot of swelling.
Where? In your legs? Or
Legs all over.
So let me guess. You think it is because you drank a lot of liquids, but in reality, you're gaining a lot of weight again, and that's the problem.
Okay, then where's the swelling coming from?
Well, what I think he's trying to say is I've been measuring it at home, and he's not peeing out as much as he's drinking. He seems like he's swelling.
Let's look at your leg and see how things are. But you have gained a lot of weight.
I don't know about gaining, maybe swelling.
And you think it's all of this is fluid? Is no fat in here?
This is what I've noticed recently.
Okay, it's not because your body is retaining fluid. Your leg is swollen because you gained a lot of weight. So it's getting bigger and worse. And you two are delusional if you think that you can give me the same story again and you think I'm going to believe you. Your weight is controlled by the food you take.
Well, she ain't giving me no food.
I couldn't
and
tell
the only
you
thing
what-
I'm eating is what she's bringing me.
Doctor, now, I think it has a lot. He does exercises with his arms. I help him with his legs.
She's lost 80 pounds, and I'm losing nothing. Something don't add up.
You don't think your weight has to do anything with your eating habit?
No, I don't.
So what do you think your weight come from? Thin air? James, your weight is related to what you eat.
Well, he's not eating over 900 calories a day.
That's not reality, okay? I'm going to prove it for you. Let's make a bet, okay? If she doesn't come visit you for 5 days and get your weight down
It
50
ain't got
pounds.
nothing to do with her.
Okay.
I haven't gave him
All
nothing,
right.
Doctor,
And
now.
you want to stay like that, one day you're going to get a call that you didn't make it. Your body's not going to tolerate this. And the illusion that you're eating has nothing to do with your weight is totally incorrect.
I didn't say it didn't have.
If she stays away for 5 days, we'll have you lose 20 to 30 pounds. And once and for all, you will have all the proof you need that your weight gain isn't magic or water. It's Lisa.
Dr. Now says his weight gain isn't coming from thin air, but James and Lisa think otherwise, with a lot of finger pointing from James.
There's no possible way that your weight will be this way if you're eating properly. You keep telling the same thing and you believe the same thing.
Won't you pay somebody to come watch me then?
No, it's simply, let's let her stay 5 days, go have free time for her, and you stay here, let's see what happens. That gonna be hard for you?
Well, I want to know why he didn't lose the weight the last time he was here.
Because I let it happen to see if you tell the truth. You're still not.
Quit blaming it on her. Take her out of the equation.
James, we're not here to argue
The problem
with you.
is, here's the
James,
problem.
look.
You want to blame it all on the food. I have no trapeze. I'm laying on a head that's flat because you won't get me nothing that I need.
This isn't a hotel. What made you feel that you deserve any of these?
Because you want to be what you want to be.
No.
I'm tired of it.
Look, I'm here to help you. You want to
Well,
help
you don't
or not?
show it.
You're killing yourself and you want me to believe you. And at this point, if you refuse to go without Lisa for even 5 days, then there is nothing more we can discuss here. We're trying to help you. You have not followed any of our direction. And you really believe that you're not eating very much. You believe that she's helping you and not bringing you any food. But that's not reality. James, there is no miracle in here. You don't gain weight from thin air. You gain weight from the food you eat.
You don't even care if they're swelling or nothing. It's only the food. You say that's it.
Look, the swelling is a result of the food that you eat.
How do you get swelling from a piece of f***ing salad?
Well, you did eat
Tell me.
pickles.
All right, I keep her 5 days away from you. See how much what you're going to lose.
Why are you blaming it on her?
I know she bring you food. And don't tell me that she doesn't. You don't get up, go to kitchen, get it. Who brings you food?
I know what I eat.
No, you're in denial. You don't understand what your problem is. And we're trying to help you to make your life different. And
We
you
want
wanted
his
to
life
do it-
different.
No, you're the one that you're hurting him, okay?
I'm not hurting him. I haven't gave him no food. I done told you that. I'm tired of you accusing me.
How do you explain his weight?
I don't know, Doctor, now. But I'm telling you right
Okay,
now,
Amy.
I have not gave him no food.
Okay, this
How does
is
she
all
lose 80
miracle,
pounds in-
right?
No, it's not a miracle. His body doesn't burn calories.
Now, although James directed his anger at Dr. Now, Maya's anger was directed at her boyfriend Christian, as she had one of the most embarrassing breakdowns in Dr. Now's office and blamed her boyfriend for her weight gain. Maya's journey is one of the biggest car crashes ever in my 600-pound life, and I've made a full video about her, which you can watch at the end of this video. Basically, she featured in season 7 of the show and started out her episode bragging about how her boyfriend Christian doesn't know that she sneaks out and goes to multiple fast food restaurants.
I'll go to 2, 3, 4 places. But the first meal is always the most important one because I always get what I'm craving first.
Can I get 2 sausage burritos, a bacon, egg, and cheese, and a sausage muffin with egg?
Honestly, Maya's pretty abusive towards Christian, and she constantly just barks orders at him, despite him caring for her pretty much 24/7.
I need my phone, please.
Where's your phone?
In my purse. I need to check my flight.
Where's your purse?
Christian? Really?
I don't know where
Get
your
off
purse
your phone.
I don't know where your purse
Be
is.
a part of this.
Where the is your purse? Your
It's
purse
right
is
next to you. I left it right next to you.
Your purse is not right here. Here.
Maya is awful towards Christian, and he's literally uprooting his life to go to Houston so she can attempt to lose weight with Dr. Now. After weighing in at almost 700 pounds, she tells Dr. Now she's ready to lose the weight, and Christian is right alongside her and more than willing to help her lose it. But as you can imagine, she fails to lose weight time and time again, and obviously she can't take accountability and has still been bullying Christian the entire time, which leads to him ignoring Dr. Now in the doctor's office.
Okay.
If you do that, I'll approve you again and we will move ahead. But at this point, with how you justify your lack of progress, you're no longer in a good place to do that. Got it? You're gonna keep working to change that?
Yes.
I hope so. And I hope you're getting all the support you need from Christian. How about it? Are you there for her, Christian?
He's here.
I'd rather hear from him. You don't want to answer my question, huh? All right, it looked like you both have a lot to figure out if you're gonna get back on track, Maya. And I suggest you two take this far more seriously because you are at the crossroads, and how you handle it all right now will determine the course of the rest of your life. Any questions? All right, I hope to see you both in a month. And 50 pounds lighter, Maya.
Okay.
If you need anything before then, let me know.
Thank you.
All right.
And after he ignores Dr. Now's question, Maya completely loses it.
And now I have a whole nother month of I have to do.
This is your fault.
Oh, you haven't lost that much. Yeah.
Because of the stress of you treating me like this.
I'm about to melt down.
Doctor Now asked you a simple question.
I've answered questions in the past. I could take a day off.
I hate you. I hate you for doing this to me, Christian. Why can't you just answer the questions?
Oh, you're costing me my weight loss surgery and you're ruining everything!
No.
Damn it, Christian, stop. Stop.
I'll answer questions on another day, but I just
No.
I have the right to know.
No, you do not have the right when it comes to my life. Mom, Christian's everything up at the doctor's office.
I'm gonna step out.
No, Mom, Mom, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. He's with my life. Yes, Mom, yes. Here, my mom wants to talk to you.
I don't want to talk to you.
Talk to my mom, Christian, please.
No.
Please talk to my mom. Look, Christian, Mom, put it on, it's on speakerphone. Do not hang up on my mom.
I don't see why we're having issues now. I know you've gone way above and beyond, and I know living with Maya, I'm sure it's not easy. But if you could just cooperate a little bit longer, I don't see how it's going to hurt you, and it will benefit her. And as a person, wouldn't you help somebody on the street?
Nope. Nobody helped me when I was on the street. You gotta do it on your own.
I understand if you don't want to continue with the relationship, but if you could just get her through until she has her surgery date.
No. This is quite nice.
It's your fault. You've done this, Christian. Nobody else.
Maya, you need to be quiet.
You know what? Whatever.
The amount of secondhand rage I felt as she phoned her mom and then blocked Christian's exit was ridiculous. And also the fact she shut up to block his exit sort of shows that she's done it before and would probably do it again. Thankfully, Christian breaks up with Maya and finally gets out of that awful relationship.